go live because there was a couple of people. Yo, what's going on? We had a good conversation. I got Jay here from Desolate Souls. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Matt?
Good.
I I know you missed me there for a while, and
Oh my
I'm back
god,
in.
I was like, I lost him. I
You
didn't
don't
want
lose
to
anything.
lose him. To the wind he
There,
went.
you know what it is? It's a lot of the chatter on Twitter. I just kind of sometimes I just kind of lurk back into the shadows and just sit and watch and listen, and then I pop my head out again and say, "Hey, what's up?" So, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Don't worry, we're not playing Bop It here. So we started talking, hey, what's going on? What's been going on, this last week? We were talking about some of the CG stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
what were we talking about? Like I saw Joe Suntag, great guy, great artist. He was like dropping some shows like what are we fighting for and like what the fuck is going on? What are we doing here? Kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do
Yeah.
you think? Is that what we were talking about? Because I didn't mean to derail our conversation, but it was getting really good, and there was a good beat to it. I just want to get go live.
I
So
think I think
here we go.
I mean I haven't been in the community long enough to really say anything about the history of this CG or whatever it is, but I mean I know the expectations and the reality of things. So I think people coming into this and thinking that their books are going to sell just because they're part of this community, and they can make some money doing this is kind of ridiculous. Um, there's some really talented artists out there. Like you brought up Joe. Joe is busting his hump
Yeah,
to get that book out, and
Joe's so good.
he's got an incredible story. He's an incredible book. He's a brother of mine. I love the guy to death. Him and Sean. Sean's like he's my bro, and I'll back those guys to the end of the earth. And they deserve everything they get because they work
Yes.
really hard at it, and it shows. Their artwork, their story, their online presence. They're doing everything right. And I'm not going to lie. I've talked to Joe a few times. I've talked to Sean a few times about how to get how to get out there and get better at doing this. And every day I'm trying to improve and get better at the streaming, the channels. But I also realize like I can't rely on this small group. I gotta branch out and reach other communities and spread my wings and get my name out there in other communities. So when I do launch a book, and I will be launching my own book, that I'll have enough of an audience
Hmm.
to support me, and that's what it's all about. But in the meantime, it's all about supporting others as well,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm all
don't
about
want to. When I'm the only. I'm. Blah, 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 blah. Let me rewind. Let me pull my shit together. When want to spread out past Comicsgate, I want to bring Comicsgate with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I don't want to be like, yeah, hey, I'm in this little pond, and okay, I've gotten to a certain point. I've got 2,000 subs. I'm ready to like kind of wiggle my way out of this pond and move over to this other pond. Like I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to like bring it with me,
Well,
like
but
I
that's
because
a
it annoys the fuck out of me when I see somebody go on a fucking TV show or something or some sort of news channel and the person's balls deep in fucking Comicsgate online and during shows where he's like launching his books and shit or just him or anybody, you're like you're launching your books, you're in Comicsgate, you're hailing it, and then when you go into a larger platform, you fucking clam the fuck up. Like you don't mention it at all. I mean, somebody like Ethan called out Comicsgate a bunch of times when he was on Tim Pool, but other people, haven't, and it's just like I don't know. It kind of irks me a little bit, you know.
yeah.
The idea is to like grow it and to like move it into other spheres, just like you're saying. Like, yeah, let's move into other spheres and like show people that we're not fucking, it's not a hate group, and
Oh, and that's the thing. I think the big thing here is that when we do these branching out and these like transitions to other communities, it has to happen organically. Like I did a show last Thursday called the Gooch Show, and you're going to be coming on one of these nights, the Gooch Show.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Just waiting
had,
for my invite.
well, the next one's in November, so you're coming on.
In November?
Yeah, I'm going to do it once a month because if I do it too
Oh,
often,
okay.
it gets
Yeah.
too, it gets too much. I
Dude,
want
you
people
know
to
what
actually
gets
enjoy.
too much? I'm just gonna rant for one more second. Is
Yeah,
the
you go,
fucking
dude.
dude? No, it's like it's the panels. Like I love the pre-king show because we got
Yeah.
like a fucking we got a bunch of people just like randomly coming through here. So there's like a
Hmm.
nice like mix of like who's gonna show up, who's not. It's kind of
Yeah, yeah.
a grab bag of what's going on. Then some of the shows like they've just kind of like clammed up into like the same five people on every show. And I don't know. I'm not saying like, yo, put me on that show. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody put somebody else on the show. Like have like freak of the week or fucking I don't know. Have somebody
Um,
else like outside of Comicsgate because like these people have huge platforms. So it's like you got a huge platform. Like contact somebody else and bring them in. Rather than just like because the shows start to be the same. Like if I'm like, oh, let me watch Seinfeld.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is a pretty good show. All right, let me go switch over to fucking Friends, and it's like the same five actors, and then I switch over to fucking you know Full House, and it's the same five actors. It's like, man, I
Yeah.
don't even want to watch the other shows anymore because it's all just start to like blah 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 together. Okay, so go ahead, Gooch.
No, no. As I was saying, like, I was on another show outside of the comic community. I'm meeting incredible people in the movie and series reviews. They do the pop culture stuff. So I've been on there, and it, somehow we got onto the topic of Gooch, and I drew this 5-second picture of where the Gooch is located, and it kind of blew
I
up,
saw
right?
it.
So then,
I saw that
yeah,
little drawing.
yeah. And
I
thanks,
couldn't
Caleb.
put enough fucking hand sanitizer in my eyes, dude. I was like, what the fuck am I seeing? Am I dead? Am I in hell? Is this my fucking
But it was just I didn't put any detail or anything. I just kind of like, because I wanted to be respectful of the channel and be of YouTube. So that kind of blew up. So like after a week and the next night with Kayla and Sean, who I love to death, they're like, you should do a Gooch show, and I'm like, and more people were saying do a good show. So I brought in, we're talking about bringing in a mixed community, you know what I mean? Like I got movie reviewers and comic book creators from CG all in one show, talking and meeting and discussing writing, talking about art, talking about movies, talking about series, all talking about stuff that we grew up and loved to make us want to be creative. And so it happens organically. And then next thing you know, we're all supporting each other more. And that's what I'm trying to do with Desolate Soul Studios, is have these people come on and meet. Like I had Amateur Analyst and Cannoli Sasquatch on. They're not comic book creators; they're YouTube content creators, and they do reviews. Like tonight, after this, I'll be on Cannoli Sasquatch, and we'll be talking about Alien, which is great because
Alien
I'm
the
a comic
movie?
book. The movie. So we're going to be reviewing that. So like, that's what I mean by like doing all this naturally. Yeah, doing all that naturally and just kind of spreading the word, and they come on my channel and they talk about their content and everything. So it's happening, and I think that's what we got to do more of, and create this. We can build our own geeks and gamers. We can build our own huge community here, and
we
get
can.
an
It's
audience.
just it takes time. Like
Yes.
I think a lot of people like they get a little poopy pants or something about some of the bigger people having a leg up, but yeah, it's a long game. Like there's not an instant, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
It's not going to happen
um
tomorrow. It's not going to
right,
happen
like the
tomorrow. It's going
Kings
to take
the
time.
Kings have they've got some they've got a head start,
Je ne sais
right?
quoi.
Well, yeah. I mean, they have a head start because they've had years in the industry to build their names. So they've like, so once they step out of that, like they've already like, got a pretty decent audience. You know what I mean? So you
Well,
have
they've been in the
to
public more, so
like, yeah.
they've
So
been at
you have
Comic
to like just
Cons. Yeah.
you have to like just accept that as like the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's just it is, and then just start building your own shit and just like moving on your own path, right? I mean, it just takes a little bit longer, and I think some people like they get a little upset when they realize just how long it might actually take. Like it's not like a 2-year thing. Like this is like a 4-year, 5-year, 6-year, 10-year thing.
John Malin, like I remember,
And you
when I
can't
first...
compare yourself. I'm sorry, you can't compare yourself to these
No,
guys either.
no,
Like
no.
like if once like, yeah, I mean that's the like bottom like umbrella statement is don't compare yourself.
No, you got to be yourself, and you got to go out and do something. You got to do something a little different from what they're doing. And John Malin said it like over a year, it had been a year and a half when I first, got started watching some of this stuff and learning about it. And Malin said, like, establish yourself, build a channel, get out there, support people, get your name out there. Like it's very simple. And and I can only speak on my channel. Like I've supported, I don't care how big or how small you are, I will support you if you're a creator. And I'll have you on the channel. And I'll also have people on the channel that don't, create like I'll have people that, are actors or comedians, whatever it is. Like last Thursday, Corey Feldman was watching our show and he wants to come on Desolate Soul Studios in December. Yeah. Like, so that's how random things kind of got started there. So like, it's weird, but I mean, I'm really enjoying what I do. I love talking to people, getting to know how they became. Like on my show, it's all about getting to know the creator. So like, I get to know them. I get to know what the struggles they've gone through. You've seen this show, Matt. Like,
yeah.
You have people on your show. You talk about their comics. You promote them. Like we're doing what we can to help everyone out, and I think that we have to do more of that. I think it gets lost a lot of the times. Everyone gets like upset and jealous. One person's getting this more, or that person's getting this more, or I'm not getting airtime. Or
do you ever get jealous? Let's be honest. Do you ever get jealous? Do you ever just like, what the fuck? Sometimes.
No, not when it comes to this. Not at all, because it's all about hard work. You got to put in. I'm putting in tons of work to establish myself, good or bad. I want a reputation of people knowing that when they see Desolate Soul Studios, that they're going to have a good time, and that you're going to get an honest, good person. That's all I'm working on, and I think I've done that, and I'm going to continue that, and I'm being myself. Yeah. So,
yeah. See, I'm being myself, and sometimes I butt heads, and it's like too much infighting stalls growth. Like I don't know, man. Every time I fucking throw down with somebody, my fucking followers tick up. You know what I mean? It's like the first time I fucking threw down with fucking Cecil and Anna, I was at like one like 1,200 followers on Twitter, and now I'm at like 1,800. You know what I mean? Like it's like bullshit. People love hearing somebody just be like, "Shut the fuck up, fuck you." They want that shit. But this is my little buddy, man. This guy, I'm so happy he's showing up. Come on here, buddy.
Hi.
I like Cecil, man. Cider, we were hanging out the other night. I was like, man, we were just clicking. It was dope as shit. So I'm glad you're here, dude.
Thanks
man. For hopping in.
Absolutely.
There's Don. There's the Don. Hang on a second. We're talking about CG and why we're fighting and why people get upset sometimes.
Men fight.
Yeah.
It's what we do. It's how we test our mettle. And it's natural for us to fight. It's natural for us to compete for leadership. It's actually healthy for us to do that. You stagnate when you stop having to defend your position.
Yep. What are we talking about? What's going on?
We're talking about lasagna and whether or not you fucking boil your noodles before you put them in.
I
Go.
take them out the box and microwave the whole damn thing.
You sick, hungry man bastard.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I should stove first, but fuck you too.
Good to be here. Good to have you here. I just smoked a bowl, so I'm glad. Yes. I'm good to be here. You're good to
Sorry,
be
I
here.
was late. I was steaming some crabs from my dear darling mother.
Oh, hot. Oh.
Yeah, man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we were just rapping about CG and people I don't know, getting upset about some stuff not,
Oh, that old bag of nuts again?
Well, it was kind of prevalent this week, I feel like, right? Like
which one are we talking about, the July versus EVS thing or something else?
Not really. That fucking horse has been beaten into a smear, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I missed something. Educate me.
Go for it, Jay.
Oh no, I think it's just how the last since I've kind of been a part of this, I've noticed like a lot of infighting, but like it comes from jealousy and it comes from people thinking they're owed something, like just because they put out a comic, they need the sales, I think we all just need to learn to support each other better and not air out dirty laundry, not air out dirty laundry to everyone, because that is the big part. When you start airing out dirty laundry, that's what everyone starts to say, are these actually professionals or are they just guys trying to make comics?
Well, what is airing out laundry?
It means
I mean, let's be honest. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Like, I have issues. Like, I mean, I kind of like butt heads with people on Twitter, but that shit doesn't fucking count. That's like Grand Theft Auto bullshit. You know what I mean? It doesn't really count. But like, my shit with like PTP. But like, I don't know. Like, I have to say, I feel like I have to say something verbally when somebody is like going behind my back. Like Ethan was like, he's telling you.
That's a little different because he's trying to upset the balance of your life, dude. Which, that also, he talks a lot of smack publicly like that. That's going to steer people away from even.
That's exactly
it.
It's so much.
And it's going to sway their opinion of you, and it's
like when I was beefing, when I was like throwing back and forth with like JD8. At a certain point, I like realized like how like insane it was. Like he was like making videos and blaming me for American Chavez. You know what I mean? And it was just like, this motherfucker's clowning me. Like you know what I mean? I was like laughing at the shit that he was saying. I was like, all right, I get this is dumb. I'm being dumb and this is dumb. So, but like JDA was never like fucking telling EVS that I was like fucking with Dale and the Dale deal with Pitt and shit. You know what I mean? Like there's like some serious like slandering shit. So it's like, do I air that? Do I stand up in the crowd and be like, fuck that guy? Or because I don't want to be like, hey man, fuck that guy. Hey, I just want to let you know, fuck that guy. Hey, by the way, fuck that guy. Hey man,
that guy no good. He no good. You stay away from him.
Is it just easier to stand up and be like, fuck that? I don't know. I don't know what you consider infighting then.
No. And you've touched on it. Like, so I guess PTP, and I don't know the guy at all. So and I'm not gonna, but the videos that he puts out there are, it's weird. It's a weird take. He says some things that shouldn't be said, in my opinion. I think you keep that behind closed doors, and then with you, like, I think you have every right to say what you need to say, because he's a little slanderous and a little upsetting, because that's your, well, I'm trying to be polite here, but
I think that like maybe infighting is like the Tampa stuff, or but that's your name, the Kickstarter stuff. You know what I mean? Like maybe that infighting stuff would be like I don't do Kickstarter. We're gonna do Kickstarter.
Yeah, even that stuff is like that got way out of hand too. Like I mean, like you have a reputation you have to uphold. You're a fantastic artist. You've been fantastic to me. You've been nothing but a good friend to me. So when someone says anything negative about you, I'm gonna fire back, because it's like, hey, like you don't know the guy, or knock it off, because I'll drive down there myself. You know?
I already say
But I
enough
mean-
weird shit. You know what I mean? It's like I already say enough weird fucking shit, dude. I don't need you like
That's true.
adding on. Hey man, it's like what the fuck? Just
But,
stick
like,
to the
doing
shit
a-
I actually said. Not that's enough.
But you don't go on YouTube and announce to, not once but twice and maybe even 3 times, go out and talk about situations that are just not supposed to be in the public eye. And like that to me, that's wrong. I just think keep that in house. Like if you have an issue about certain situations, don't discuss it to YouTube, because now that's out on the internet and that's out there forever, and that's gonna
Or
come back
Twitter.
and bite you in the ass. Or yeah,
That's
exactly.
a pretty good fucking alien, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. You got Xenomorph down, especially with the
Dude,
pointy,
what?
stabby fingers.
You like that with the multiple fingers in the center where he's like,
Yeah.
who do you
guys
think
saw
would
the-
win?
you
Power
guys saw that
Rangers or
mouth?
fucking aliens?
The aliens.
What's up, guys?
Yo,
Yo, Matt.
Fowler. All right.
Good to see you, Cider. How you been, man?
Still alive, man. How about you?
Chilling, just doing what it do. Playing a lot of Armor Core 6 lately. I don't know if you fuck with
Hell
games.
yes.
But
Yeah. They have an excellent soundtrack, those Armor Core games. Love the music in Armor Core.
What's up,
I'm
man?
digging the alien, Matt, the fucking xenomorph or whatever you're fucking
thank
with.
you, thanks,
Looking
man.
dope. So I'm late and gay. I had to get dinner. What the fuck did I miss? Or like, where we at with it?
You're talking about apple pie and the damage it does to your pancreas.
It's the cyanide, right? In the seeds. Y'all remember
They
that
put
episode?
extra seeds. I saw that GI Joe.
Okay,
episode
that's
where
what I
they,
was just gonna
collect
mention.
all the
Like,
apples.
if you saw the GI Joe where they threw the apples into the blob, right, to fucking kill it or whatever. Right.
Dude, that scared the shit out of me as a kid. I was like, what? Holy fuck! I better not eat those.
Yeah, they had to explain to me like, yo, you have to grind up a ton of those to make cyanide. It's not just you could eat a few apple seeds, won't do shit.
They should have had the GI Joe, the Now We Know section at the end of it actually say that,
Like, just
Animate
to clear it
them.
up, kids, apples won't
Yeah.
actually kill you.
At like a Raytheon chemical factory, right? And they're like taking a tour of it, and this chemical warfare, kids, and you actually have to do a lot of apple grinding to. Mom's
It's not
apple
so bad
pie.
if it's bred by a ninja.
That's what
Mom's
those little
apple
kids are
pie
doing
is-
in Gaza over there, grinding those
Oh.
fucking apples.
Wow.
Careful,
Oh,
careful.
Wow. Wow.
That is one hot button topic today.
Yeah.
The
I'd
New
rather
York-
talk about that than fucking Eric July. Though, what do you think about the cartoons and the puppets? Are they fucked up, or do you kind of wish somebody would do it for you and
All
to
right.
you?
All right, so
You don't
gotta
want to know what I
understand-
think
I don't
about
even
the
care.
puppets.
I think it's
You gotta
ridiculous.
understand something about the internet, okay? It's a game. You gotta play the game, or you're gonna get played by the game. That's the rule.
Yep.
All right. You feed the beast, or you get fed to it. And
Wow.
when people make a puppet show and cartoon of you, you're supposed to laugh at that. Even if it doesn't make you like really laugh, like belly laugh or whatever, you laugh it off. That way, look, I ran for office back in 2003. I ran from 2013, and then 2014, I ran for a state representative. And so my handlers explained to me how to handle this. And what they said is that you're going to have people that are going to want to kill you. They're going to tell you they're going to find your family. They're going to tell you all sorts of crazy, crazy shit. And what you have to do is you have to laugh in their face and trust that they're just angry. That's it. That they're not going to show up and do that shit. Because you can't take any of it seriously. The second that you do that, the second you get serious about this is the second they not only win, but you invite an army of more people to screw with you. Because they now see that you have a vulnerable spot, and that's going to get pounded into powder.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
don't
that.
feed the trolls, basically.
Exactly. Yep.
You gotta be, you have to be able to laugh at yourself totally, right? To be bulletproof. I mean,
Now I'm a little different on the puppet show. That shit has my spider sense tingling like a motherfucker. It's got higher production value than anything I've seen in this space.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the turnaround time to make the thing was ridiculously fast, like faster than South Park fast. You know,
That
like,
feels Adult Swim, doesn't it?
well, it feels like the Blaze Network making some controlled opposition to kind of shit stir the waters and make hype happen, you know, on some
Glenn Beck,
WWF
shitster?
kayfabe shit.
No, man. Never.
That's
Glenn
what
Beck would never shitster. What are you saying? He's a
That's
good
my
guy.
paranoid conspiracy weed smoking stoner take on it. Is that shit is made by the Blaze to stir shit. The production value is just, it far exceeds anything in this space. That's that's like just a logical look at it, you know. But I mean, I'd love to hear what you guys think.
Shows.
Well, then you got Riley, who's
Puppet
like
shows are
traveling-
hard, dude.
Yeah.
Puppet shows are hard, dude. I did one for ESPN, and it was hard, man.
I did Zerk for like 4 months on the Trash Compactor show, and I never want to do it again. The puppet slowly becomes your personality after a while, and I hate that.
Right. Hey, what's up, DG?
You're just not schizophrenic enough, bro.
Yeah, I got enough people in my head, man. I got enough. I don't need a little blue alien in there too.
Yeah, make it a party.
Yeah.
Shit, take enough drugs. Make it a party.
So what are we talking about? I heard Matt saying something about a conspiracy.
Oh, they're talking about the puppet show, the Tripaverse or whatever.
Rip-off verse.
Rip-off verse, puppet show.
It's a really cool little logo they have with like the girl's face and like the splattered like red underneath where the lips are. Like I kind of like that look. It's like, why are you wasting that on a fucking cartoon?
It's very professional. It's very professional, very hip, very market researched. Like it pops, you know, in a way that doesn't seem natural.
That's the word for it.
Art of Roy, go ahead and like go over to YouTube and search rip-off verse, and if the minute you see puppets, you're on the right track, especially when it looks like Eric July loosely. So that's done. That has that's got like Adobe After Effects involved with that. They've got stage lighting involved with that, and they've got a puppet team. This is not just one or two guys doing this. They've got a team of puppeteers working to operate all these things for their consecutive scenes and interactions.
Russians do a good puppet show.
No, I wouldn't put it past Glenn Beck to do that. I really wouldn't, especially after that digger he took with Ted Cruz, you know? So...
Hey, what's up, Justin?
But again, like, I don't know if Eric's responsible for that either. You know what I mean? Like, that could be Beck operating on his own, trying to propel this guy forward. Because he's not outside of doing that anyway. We know that he's a
who else has access to production quality that high though in the space?
Well, you gotta take a look. You got to ask yourself. Riley is traveling all over the country, taping $50 bills to warehouses. Okay, guy lives in California and he's been all the way over to Marlin, New Jersey. All right, that's some shit, man. That's some
Kinda
shit.
makes him traveling in that little car, isn't he? He is moving around in that little.
Yeah, you know, maybe a little bit Mr. Worldwide going on there, right? And he's doing it all every
How
time
did he get
videos...
from Jersey to Minnesota in a matter of like?
But wait, there's more. He's always wearing Power Ranger. Yeah, exactly. But he's always wearing Power Ranger shit. That's the thing that stood out to me. In all of these altercations, he's got Power Ranger shit on. Either his entire wardrobe. Yeah, either his entire wardrobe is Power Ranger shit, or there's a message here that I'm missing. Okay, because every time, go watch those.
I thought you liked Power Rangers.
Well, that's why I noticed it.
I'm not sure. Are we supposed to be like, "Fuck this guy's Power Ranger shit," or are we like,
no? I think what's saying is he might have a sponsorship.
I don't know. You know,
we're just being
Hasbro
conspiratorial. For the record, we're just being conspiratorial.
This is all stoner talk, by the way. Anybody who reviews this later, this is not applicable to court. We are considered intoxicated at the moment. Anything we say right now, we're not legally liable for.
Speak for yourself. I'm high. I'm not intoxicated.
What's your take?
Bullied here by me. It's all under duress.
Yeah, I mean, but we can all agree that Riley is a retard, right?
Dude, his girlfriend's, you know, minty salad, so he seems like he's doing okay for a fat dude.
Wait, she tosses his salad?
Well, that's why I think Simon might be onto something, because he's got to have money, right? Like, this guy's got to have money.
You don't know the history of this guy. He is old internet, okay? In that video we play of Ethan Ralph getting like railed in the face at that apartment, remember he shows up in the dark, he walks out of the darkness, and these people in this apartment beat the hell out of him.
Okay.
He shows up like an anime character and they beat the hell out of him. That's Riley that he shows up to beat the hell out of, and it's Mint that's pelting him in the face with those right hooks.
Yeah. No, I know. The guy's got money.
I don't know where it comes from. Like, exactly. But he's this guy's been around for at least 10 years in this blood sports thing. In at least 10 years.
There's a reason
I have no
why.
idea.
I'm just saying there's a reason why a chick like that is with a guy like that.
Who knows? Maybe he gives maybe he eats
Used to
pussy
be
really
good
well,
weed.
dude, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
these
said shit like
days-
it's peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Exactly, right? Maybe he goes down on her like a greyhound. I don't know.
Are you saying like that's
Like a truffle pig.
Like that's just
a pig.
I mean, if that's all it takes, like
He looks like a fucking truffle pig. You're so
He's like,
right.
I'm gonna find that little truffle.
Okay.
Holy shit.
it's not a art of Roy in the chat. So the more people talk about, the more they reveal jealousy. If someone shows up on the scene with like extra high production value, it'll raise flags. I mean, ask Dark Grift, he's seen people make puppet shows for years, like Snow Dub and all those fucking people doing that shit. It's nothing like this. Like
it's not as easy as just getting a puppet. First of all, the puppet itself is expensive.
Yes. Over on Etsy right now, to have something comparable to that made is no less than $250. That's comparable, not the same.
and that's
Right.
per puppet.
And it's super
Correct.
customized. Like that is
Yes.
a custom as fuck
Yeah.
puppet.
So
like
I like just talking with Snow and all those guys in back rooms, you know, when they're talking about getting their puppets made and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about dropping money. Like I need like
snow, like Informer snow.
No,
like Snow Dub.
Snow Dub.
Oh.
different snow.
Entirely
Like
different.
Informer.
Just like the boom boom, yeah. I
He's
know.
making comics now. I'm making
Yeah.
comics now.
In
Snow
4
Dub.
months,
Yeah.
I'll be back to making comics. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
so that's just getting the
I'm
puppet,
making cape
right?
shit now.
We're talking like those puppets have to be like the ones that are on that show have to be like no less than $400 or $500 a piece.
Right. I
Right.
would not doubt that at all.
Well, and they got
especially-
legs on those puppets too, because they make them shit their pants and stuff. You
Yep.
know, like from different angles.
Yep.
He was
Right.
just watching
Well,
the raw
Yeah,
stuff.
they're ready to put that fucker on a little bicycle, like Kermit the Frog.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Right.
holy fuck, we can see his legs. Like they're gonna do that to him.
So
Here's
that's
So-
more expensive
many-
because they got to have shoes made and all that shit.
well,
how
let me
many
stop.
puppets? How many puppets again are on that show?
There was a Nerdrotic,
six.
the As Babyface guy, and
6. So you're looking at about $3 to $5 grand worth of just puppets.
Right.
yeah, and that's not even counting the lighting that reproduces their sets in a miniature form.
Right.
Right.
So
Like identically, like it's identically their
no, no,
sets, not even just a green screen picture.
But it's a
like, lit,
reproduction.
like, yeah.
right, but it's a reproduction with memes in the background. It's not like a picture that they green screened behind the puppet. That's an actual set behind the puppet. You can watch the light interact with the puppet.
Yeah.
But here's what I want to tell you.
And they got
to
the little
media-
fire alarm sound going off too.
Here's what I want to show. Here's what I want to point out immediately about this and how you can tell that it's above what most people can put together. That is a at least a Red 5 cinema level camera that they're using. The depth of field on that is like you can't achieve that with your cell phone, your webcams, any of your domestic stuff. You got to pay at least $2,000 to get a hold of a Red 5.
Now
what
that's
they
the
made Avengers
standard.
with.
That's the standard camera you can shoot a Netflix thing on.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Red
Okay.
5 is one of Netflix's required cameras that they have a list in order to be like eligible to be part of their partner program.
Yeah, you have to at minimum
Red
you have
5,
to have a
closing
Red
in.
5.
So they're working with a cinema level camera on there, and that is not something you just pick up on a like I'm going to make fun of Eric July this week whim.
And they have different camera angles, so you're figuring they got
Correct.
at least 2 of them.
Correct. Yep.
So now
point,
already
good
with just cameras and puppets, you're looking at $10,000.
Right.
With lighting, you're probably looking at another 12. You're looking at about $1,250.
Wait, hold on, guys. Stop everything. We are
T-Bone
counting. We are counting their pockets right now.
Right.
No, I'm just estimating the cost of production. I don't
got
really.
the money?
I don't care how much.
Around, but
I don't care how much money they're pulling in. I just want to see how much money they
Yeah,
put
I get what
into
you're
it.
going at. We're counting the money, and that's
Yeah.
inappropriate. We
It's
shouldn't. We
inappropriate.
shouldn't do that.
right.
Oh, are we gonna talk
Not
about the
good to
fucking
just
cons?
count other people's money.
Matt, I
talking
think
about
there's someone in the
cons,
back room.
Oh, is there? Oh shit, T Bunny.
So you're already looking at close to 15 grand.
what's up, T Bunny?
You're probably looking at 15 to 20 grand in production value.
Thanks for acknowledging me. There you go.
What's going on,
problem.
buddy?
That's
With puppets,
before-
with lighting, with the red,
With everything,
with
yeah.
the 4K
The
Netflix
editing
cameras.
guys.
Okay.
Because
That's
you're
before
also
you're editing.
yeah. I was with the 20 grand. I was including like any editing software for the
Okay,
audio and
all right.
video.
But then
Yeah.
don't forget the man hours of the
My
actual
house,
editing, right?
Making a
Somebody
damn
sitting there editing that shit together. That
Well, yeah. Are they paying for it or are they doing it themselves? Who knows, right? So I'm not even going to try to, But yeah, you could factor that in if you knew for a fact.
Oh, they got massive resources, man. Massive resources.
But that's not. You're right, Fowler. That is not somebody that just rolled out of bed one day and said, "I'm going to make fun of FNT."
Right.
No. No, they're operating on a whole different level.
I mean, they literally have little miniature figures hanging on that wall in the back.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. They've done complete reproductions, like the
It's
Sesame
Crank
Street
Yankers.
level.
It's Adult Swim, like we were saying earlier. It's that
Yep.
quality of some shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that, because again, like it's an instant tip off when you can see the depth of field with the cameras, and that's an instant tip off that you're dealing with a professional film company.
So what Fowler thinks?
What are we
Fowler
talking
thinks-
about again?
The rip off verse, the puppets that are the puppet
My
show.
my paranoid stoner theory is that only the Blaze could afford something that
Extravagant.
extravagant. Thank you, Strider, and
Strider.
and then use that as like some controlled opposition.
Well, okay, that's a theory. I mean, but then if you,
flag kind of a thing.
but then
Well,
if you go,
a two-purpose, controlled opposition, and then a honeypot for anyone who signs up for the Patreon or signs up to the channel to know who the haters are and who to monetize. I guess you know what I'm saying. It's like
Right.
a dual-pronged attack. In my
who's got
stoner
time for
theory,
this
like
Right,
in my
I mean,
That's some
paranoid.
CIA shit.
that's deep. I mean, but you can go match rat with like having hired help to do this, and you can say that
This
that
would
Dick-
not require the creator to know anything was going on either, for the
Yeah.
record. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like, I'm not saying Ripa did this or knows this.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, these puppets are expensive.
Right. But I mean, you could say that like Dick's got the cash to fund it. Can he? I don't think he's got the know-how to do it. You know what I mean? So you can go that
Yeah.
route. You can say it's totally opposition. I mean, you could. There's 100 different ways you can go about it. Like you get the Blaze could be doing it. Dick could be doing it.
But
Hell,
after I watched the puppet
freaking
show,
Ricada could be doing it. You know what I mean? Like they have the money for it. is
Look,
what I'm
hold
saying.
on, guys. They only have 567 subscribers. This is not legit. This is somebody doing something on behalf of somebody else. This
Right,
is like,
right.
this not even monetized channel, and they're doing freaking Comedy Central level production stuff. Like, no, it's not. That's not just a random somebody.
it seems glowish, I guess you could say. I don't know if I want to be that, you know? It seems
you
like
know
an
what?
op.
Hold
It
on.
seems like an op, like a government op.
Dude, you're
you
not
know?
too far off. Remember the government, the freaking Congress paid to find out if Thanos could snap his fingers. Remember
What?
that? Yeah, they actually
Yeah.
funded a study to find out if Thanos could physically snap his fingers. Yes, there was a $300,000 study.
Yeah, they built a gauntlet.
They built a Thanos.
Did Jim
Then
Sterling
they put a
get any of
gauntlet
that
on
money?
him. But that's what happened. So that's what. So we know. I'm not sure that the CIA is above using puppets to control the culture war. I'm not too sure about that. You might be onto something.
But okay, so here's the thing. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's say it is like government, right?
I
Right,
can't
hold
even
on.
believe we're having this conversation.
Does that mean? Wait, hold on. Does that mean that Rip is as big as everybody's afraid he might be?
You know, there's this theory that the government's got full of inept people, right? And I don't know. You know, it's up to you to decide, right? But there's this theory that the government's full of inept people that make dumb decisions. And wouldn't you know, a guy that's generating a lot of buzz around a topic they don't want to talk about and narratives they don't want spreading, maybe they tell the CIA to wipe that guy out with puppets. Maybe they do that. The president pooped himself in front of the Pope. I mean, come on.
Operation Muppet Babies is in effect.
Right.
Caleb says
Muppet K
grabs
Ultra.
tinfoil hat. He's like, okay, let's do this. He grabs his tinfoil.
When do we start talking about the Costa Nostra and working hand to hand with the CIA?
Yeah, right?
You don't.
You're talking about in
Find out.
Cuba and during the Kennedy assassination?
Since the
Operation
early 1900s.
Northwoods, Operation Northwoods, shit like that.
Since
Yeah.
the 1900s.
Knew they were fucking around with
I'm gonna water this down just a little bit, and I'm gonna say
no.
there's plenty of and before you all jump on the degenerate bandwagon, there's plenty of like when I say kids of rich people who have a lot of money and a lot of time on their hand, and all they do is make porn and throw it on the internet. Maybe the people who have this, who's doing this puppet things, are just, they're from wealthy families and they have the money to do this, and this is just a thing for them. Maybe it's not that conspiratorial.
And they just
You
make
know.
terrible porn, so now they do puppets.
Now they do
Nah.
puppets, yeah.
No, Klaus Schwab is sweating Eric July's release of ISOM 3. He is terrified.
Well, I mean, we do have inveterate people with a bunch of money, like family money, like John Delarose or somebody like that, who just happen to have some funding behind them, and it's possible. I mean, it's entirely possible.
Just think if you're the puppet people, how you're like they think it's so good, guys. They think it's this
Yeah, I mean,
awesome. It really is
like
nothing.
this could be
Yeah,
this could
right.
totally be Preston Poulter funding it with his
Yep.
friggin' trust fund coming in. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
$5,000 a month from his carpet selling daddy.
yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That seems wild, but I don't
No,
know.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
I'm not saying it's him. I'm just saying, like, there are people with
Like
money
every crazy
to
thing
burn.
that happens isn't Preston or War Campaign or
No,
like
no,
the
no,
usual
no.
suspects. Like,
I-
like
no, no,
we
no.
gotta,
That-
we gotta
that's not
think
what
broader
I was-
than the fucking chuckle.
I was
fuck
just-
he
knuckle
said
daggers,
like.
You
He
know,
said
was-
like.
I was just using, like, the fact that there are. Listen, Preston's got that money that Preston gets in a month, that $5,000 a month, right now is going to a shit ton of lawyers. Okay, I don't think he's got I don't think he's got it to go around that much to start making puppet shows. I'm just saying there are people out there that have like money coming that we know of. It could be somebody that we don't know. has money.
Listen. Okay, you remember that rocket that hit the hospital? Preston
Mm-hmm.
Poulter.
There you go. There you go.
I heard those fires
blaming
in
him.
Maui, the Maui
Poulter.
fires.
There you
Man,
go.
Preston and that inheritance, man. You know, the unlimited power of
Yeah.
inheritance.
Space lasers.
Let me just let
I
me
bet his grandfather was on the grassy knoll.
let
Yeah,
me
right?
just let
With
me
the
just
Cubans, right?
before this, hold on, seriously, before this gets around Twitter and Kiwi Farms, and let me just preface, I was just
We're
using him as an
joking.
example
We're joking.
of somebody who has money to burn, and I'm saying this could be someone like that.
You're
that has money
using
to burn.
You're using the Brad Pitt character from 12 Monkeys as an example. The kid had money, decided to go off and create cults and all these other like little
Right.
agendas. Yeah.
Yes. I'm not saying that Preston is the one doing it.
In the city, we used to call them trust fund kids.
Yeah.
Trust fund kids. Yeah.
All right, check this. Another paranoid fucking conspiracy. But after the puppet show premiered, which was targeting Ripa and then Gary Nerdrotic, right?
Mhm.
Then the next day, Gary and fucking Rip are streaming together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like cross promotion. You see what I'm saying? There's a synergy between the attacks and the fucking, like who's Ripper? You see this puppet show, then you're now looking at who he is and following this shit. Like it's a doorway in too. Like what I'm saying?
There's a method to the madness.
Well, it feels calculated. It doesn't feel random
Yeah.
like when some potato people do some shit with the phone and troll people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel random at all.
Right.
Potato people.
I sent you a message in the private chat, Matt.
But Baz says he heard that there's a
Wait,
porn
which
with
one?
Riley and mint salad, and that the dude has a micro penis. I've actually heard the same thing. That's why I'm surprised. He's got to have money.
only one.
So,
That's not in the chat, is it? I'm
No,
listening.
private chat.
Oh,
Private chat.
No,
There's two
wait,
Mets on this stream.
Oh,
Mhm.
you bar.
Uh huh.
Is that Matt Barr?
Is that
is
Matt
that Matt
Barr?
Barr?
Is that Matt
It's my
Barr?
bar.
Is that Matt Barr?
Oh, I'm responding to the other. My bad. You're talking to other
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah,
record that like
the
the
other Matt,
Budweiser
the other Matt.
frogs.
Yeah, man.
There's like 75% creators in CG are named Matt. It's just this
Done.
weird.
There you
fucking-
go. There's a bunch of them.
Now you know why I'm cider.
I was having this discussion. You want to talk about conspiracy theories? If you've ever seen Person of Interest, okay. Now that show never jumped the shark. It had solid episodes, all the seasons it was on, but it's about a surveillance state apparatus, and it's buried to the sands of time. Nobody seems to know Nobody seems to know that they talk about Breaking Bad all the time, but Person of Interest was just as good as Breaking Bad, and yet it's been buried. While Breaking Bad is talked about all the time.
Great.
Wonder
fucking
why that
show.
is.
Well, they
It's an
want you to
awesome
make
show.
explosive meth. That's why.
There you go. So okay. Rather than talk about the possible CIA surveillance state, yeah,
Right.
okay.
Who
I guess they
doesn't
don't
want
wanna talk about
exploding meth? I mean, it's great for parties. Children love it.
Matt Strode and Alien. Anybody see the trailer for the new Alien movie?
I don't want to.
What?
Not yet.
No, I haven't.
Trailer for. Can you guys hold on? Can you guys hear the fucking dogs barking out of my window?
No.
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 Oh, okay. All right.
But
cool.
are there dogs out there, or are you kind of like too high? And...
I was gonna say the dogs are in your head. The dogs are in your
Yeah.
head.
telling me to fucking kill people? You guys hear that dog?
You need to lay off the weed, man.
Is that Matt Barr's
Shut
dog?
your fucking mouth. No.
What's
it's
the
like
dog
neighbor's
saying
dog.
to you, Matt? Tell us.
It's saying make comics. That's your purpose.
Defund PTP. Defund PTP.
Kill, kill.
Son of Jay.
No, there's just
Kill
a dog
John Lennon.
next door is barking,
It's,
and I'm
it's
like,
the same dog as Son of Sam was listening to.
Yeah, so there's a new Alien movie called Alien Romulus. It's going to be exclusively on Hulu, and it's a standalone movie. So, and I saw that it's basically just Alien by name. It doesn't
Alien
even,
raw anus.
it doesn't feature the xenomorphs. It has nothing to do.
these fucking
Yeah.
new movies, dude.
How can you have the aliens without the xenomorphs?
What, are they going to be
It's a-
attacked by a bunch
it-
of little grays?
It's a different kind of alien that honestly it reminds me of it seems like they took the concept of the Thing and then made it into like a more creepier
Object.
alien.
So like you don't
already
know
don't
who the
care.
alien is? It's like a body snatcher kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, that's what it looks like from what I could tell. And supposedly Ridley Scott says it's freaking awesome and
That's a red flag. Whenever Ridley Scott likes something, you know you're gonna hate it.
yeah.
It's not meant for humans.
No.
And it's already
No.
been filmed. He saw the director's cut of it. That he was given a private screening. And when I say private, just him in the room.
Yep, without his pants.
And
Yeah, is he
yeah,
blowing you while you watch the movie, or did he just
no, because
he just like stood up by the screen,
Well,
jerking off while
okay.
you watch the movie?
I'm looking at
Stood
this
up by the
trailer right
screen,
now.
jerking off,
and
yeah.
He's just like watching you, and he's stroking his dick while you're watching.
with some
Yeah, look at those aliens.
Astro Glide and some Kleenex.
Do you like what you
It's on the
see?
Astro.
Do you like what you
Strobe
see?
lights, strobe lights necessary?
yeah, no, they did an interview with the director. What's his name? The Fede Alvarez or whatever. He's I guess the hotness as far as directors go recently.
What'd he do before this that got him?
He was born Hispanic.
Puppet show?
That's what he did. He was born
What
Hispanic.
trailer-
That's what he did.
What trailer did you watch? Because the one I'm seeing, there's xenomorphs in it.
No, there's not. There's no xenomorphs in it.
Alien Romulus, first trailer 13 days ago on Hulu. There's xenomorphs all over, man. They go back to the planet from the first movie, Alien, and you see the same ship, the original
LG
ship.
LG 232 or what?
Yeah.
which-
Yeah. Yeah, there's xenomorphs in here, man.
Ah.
I'm watching it right now.
Wonder how do you miss that?
Can you show it? Can I show that or nah?
I want to see the trailer he
Trailer?
saw with no
Wait.
xenomorphs that gave him the idea there were no fucking aliens in Alien.
Other people do trailer reviews. Man. I don't see why you couldn't.
What'll happen,
Yeah.
Matt, is that it'll get claimed. You won't get struck because you're not going to play it the whole way through. We're going to talk over it. You're going to pause it, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
what'll happen is that you'll get copyright claimed. It won't take the stream down. It won't hurt your channel, but you won't get any monetization from the stream. And it might be blocked in some countries, so the views won't come in from those places. So
I don't want to fuck with it that much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this actually? Because this wasn't the one that I saw, and I saw it. I think I saw it on Hulu's channel. Hold on a second.
Somebody wants to put the link in the chat somewhere.
That movie you saw was
Open
about
up another window and then fucking watch it with
yeah,
us.
don't leave here.
it was about illegal aliens, Dark Griff. You saw a different preview, man.
No.
Different kind of alien.
I'll find it.
Did you guys see the image of the Predator on the battlefield in World War II?
Yeah.
Is that just like kind of like, are they just grasping at shit now? They just
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See one.
I kind of want to see it. I'd prefer them going further back, like World War One. I want to see some trench shit going down.
Man, I want to see some Predators go up against the T-Rex, baby.
Yeah, caveman times would be fucking dope.
For reals.
So you don't want some shrimpy little teenage Indian girl taking out a predator?
Dude, I loved Prey.
No?
I mean, I don't know about all the
Prey.
SJW stuff or whatever, but Prey was fucking dope. Like, I like that movie.
Me
Other
too.
than the
I love
Predator
Prey.
design with the Predator looked kind of like he had a Thanksgiving turkey on his head instead of the regular Predator. But other than that,
so
it was
Morty
dope.
Weaver can take out an alien queen. Then some
Uh-huh.
skinny Indian chick can take out one of those
The
things.
face thing, his like face mask thing. It felt like it was like organic. You know what I mean? Like a carpus or
like
something.
a shell or something.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
thing.
yeah. So it's like, oh shit, she just ripped his fucking face off. But I think my only, and it's like, all right. There's aliens. I'm gonna believe you. There's a dog that just like listens to everything you say. Okay, I'm gonna believe you. It was that fucking tomahawk, dude, attached to the rope that she was just whipping around like fucking Castlevania, dude. I was just like, what the fuck is
Scorpion.
this shit, dude?
Like
dude.
the flying guillotine, where they
I
swing it
could see
around on
maybe
the rope or
her
something. like that.
attaching it and like throwing it and then using it to pull herself out of the como se
Don't
dice,
ever-
fucking sand.
Don't underestimate us indigenous peoples. We were very crafty. So
Dude, I saw that shade asshole, that fucking AI dick sucker, that robot fuck. He tried to do it. He like had a hatchet and was like throwing it around with a rope and was like, well, you can't seem to do it. Even with help, it's dangerous. So I don't know. It showed her working on that shit for like an afternoon, and then suddenly she was just like taking on aliens. I don't know. I did like it though. I don't want to sound like a dickhead. I did like it overall.
no. I mean,
I like
technically, you could pick apart any movie, really, and so like, I mean, like,
Yeah, there's
it's
just
always
sometimes I'm watching a movie and I'm like, okay, I believe you, and then they just like kind of do something extra that tips the scale, and I'm like, I can't fucking watch this shit. Like Looper.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, time travel. Okay, wait a minute. Telekinesis? What the fuck? What? Oh my god. And Jason Gordon-Levitt is fucking Bruce Willis. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, that's what threw me out of the loop. Was that ugly motherfucker trying to look like that other motherfucker? It's like, you don't look nothing like him, dude. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, there was just too many like, hey, and then this, we want you to disbelieve. It's like,
By the same director that brought you The Last Jedi, by the way.
Oh yeah, that was Roundhead. Fucking
That was
Ryan Johnson.
Roundhead.
yeah. Fucking baby head. Yeah. He looks like that Rick and Morty. Hey, come on down to big heads or little faces or
Little
whatever.
bit.
yeah.
Little bit.
Little bits. Hey, you got a little bit big heads.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I got a clip for you that'll make you laugh here. I'm sharing it for you.
I sent one too.
Right, hold on.
That's pretty cool.
Cider's a pro. He fucking just gives me it. I'll have to hit his one button.
So there you go. Like, yeah, this is old Transformers, all right? Some of you may recognize this, but it just makes me laugh every time I watch it. So here we go.
You're too late, Ravage. The information's already been destroyed.
Okay, did you catch that? It was really quick. All right. He took the kid, wheelchair and all, out the window.
We'll see about that, little kid.
This Decepticons give no shits.
Those were the days.
Is this
Using
window
the break
handicap
window, too.
accessible? Now it is.
Well, have you seen the Transformers now? They're talking about how they're bisexual and their sexuality, and I'm like,
Oh.
you're a robot, dude. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. Gay Transformers.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know.
But I love this. This made me laugh as soon as I saw it on Twitter the other day. I had to download it. It's beautiful. I love this. Just Ravage is, you're too late, Ravage. The information out the window.
Love it, dude. That's
I
just
hope they put
straight up
this in a
like,
Transformers movie. I hope they do.
"You matter not, fleshling."
There you go.
Scans him and like wonders what kind of transformer he is. He's like, oh, he's got wheels.
Yeah, I don't recognize you. Are you an Autobot or a Decepticon?
Take him out before he transforms into something.
But
He's
like,
half transforming. He's in half mode. Get him.
Yeah.
they put so much.
Mid-transformation. That's fucking rough. Dude.
They put so much effort into this. Ravage has like unique sounds.
You're too late, Ravage. The information.
You know, he has unique sounds for this scene that is just total bullshit. Way to put the effort in the wrong place.
He blasts him through that window. Just the glass is just fucking ripping that kid
It's already
apart.
been destroyed.
Right, here it is.
Lacerations all in the face.
They
Kid
brought him
bleeds
back,
to death.
Megatron. He bled out on the way.
He bleeds to death because he can't feel his legs, right? He's got no fucking feeling in his legs.
I don't know. The wheelchair probably blocked a lot of it.
Yeah.
The no feeling thing's not guaranteed. Some people have
Really?
feeling. Yeah, man.
I've always wondered about that. Really?
It's like
Can
a
they
case
feel-
to case basis.
Yeah. It's that spinal injury that causes that. Some people are born with this like nerve damage in their hips or whatever, and so they can't control their legs. So everything is supposed to function, but the signal doesn't go down there.
Maybe
And
maybe
yeah,
it's
yeah.
real.
Right. But there you go.
So this is the one that I saw.
Wrong
This was the
duo.
teaser from like 4 months ago.
And
It
next
looks
part,
fucking
we read.
fan made.
Trailer starts now. No kidding.
Okay, listen up.
It's an alien movie, everybody.
We're relying on you, our best search and rescue team.
Look at
to
that
get this job
handsome,
done.
diverse crew.
Pause it real quick. Just
Look
like
at the
in 2
Burger King-
seconds.
The
Did you
Burger
see
King
that?
Benetton ad fucking crew. fucking...
Oh man.
I hear the
Burger King Kids
ESG.
Club.
I hear the ESG funds like chiming like dollar
yeah,
bills.
yeah.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
DEI.
It's like, man, they did a lot of funding right there in just the first couple of minutes, man.
At least with Covenant, it was like, yeah, everybody is paired up because they're out there to make people. They're not out there to like, you know what I mean? They're not out there for gay shit. They're out there to like make some people and spread the seed. You know what I
Covenant
mean?
wasn't that bad. I actually kind of enjoyed that one.
I did too. I mean, I did, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
There was some parts that were just like they asked you to disbelieve a whole lot, but you know,
You're telling me they had a giant, like, what is that ship? What was the Covenant worth? A couple of billion? Let's say it was worth fucking $1 trillion.
and
You're
then
just
like the whole
gonna
time the old man
Decide to go off course after you've already
Yeah.
spent probably, $1 billion, like, exploring and figuring out what planet you're going to go to.
And how old was
Gravity. You know what I'm saying? But no, just out of a fucking whim. You didn't ask any of the other people who were fucking frozen or any of the other people who were like, not
And it wasn't a
ready.
distress signal either. It was just country road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They could have dispatched a different unit to investigate.
You
that
think
shit.
after
I would have been like,
eight
yo,
of these
drop
movies they would learn don't answer the distress signal.
Well, it needs
Don't
to be
do that.
smart because these people are supposed to be fucking geniuses that are in there, and it's like you hear the sound, you go, just drop a fucking buoy and keep moving. Like, don't fucking stop. Fucking, it's
Right.
I'm with you, Caleb Reynolds. I'm with you.
blah blah blah. I don't know. I'm talking. That's why I'm not in Hollywood. My shit would be
Man, Alien Predator were everything, Cider. Like it's hard. It's like all the video games were based off them back then, and like everything was just.
Do you
like,
remember that
centered around
first Dark Horse series, the Aliens?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Alien Predator was
With
the
the
first
painted covers
successful
and the
crossover. Yeah.
chick
The
that
weird-
burns her eye with the finger, like as a war trophy shit.
Yeah, shit, and they had like weird rhinos that they're like hurting on another planet. You know what I mean? They're not even on Earth.
Yep. Oh, because the youngling predators were being like doing their first
Youngling
hunt with no
Yeah.
weapons or whatever, like
Yeah,
spears only or some shit.
Spears only.
Dude, that Alien versus Predator shit was good. The first Dark Horse run.
Yes, the first Dark Horse one, and there was like a pre to that story in like a Dark Horse image, or like a Dark Horse Presents, and it like showed the ship land and like start dropping eggs off.
Like the opening of every sci-fi movie ever.
Uh-huh. Look at all the happy people. There will be blood.
Why? You're coming with me. I don't want to go.
Thank God they got a fire extinguisher in
I know
space.
you're angry, but I need your help with this.
Yeah, I need your help. At least they're wearing containment suits. That's some
Ew.
crazy shit.
So the white guy goes down first.
Yeah, my good friend. Ooh. My warrior.
Ganon.
I'm here to save the stream.
Thank God. Too many people talk.
What's up, JDA? How you been, man?
Oh snap, JD. What's
I
up,
have
dude?
beef with Matt Barr.
What's going on,
Put
dude?
him above
Get in
me.
line.
Raise him up.
Get in line.
Dude, here's my problem. I have you as a moderator, but when I'm looking at the chat, I don't see you. And I've like checked my Google shit, and you're not in like blocked or anything. So
Whoa, that's weird.
it is weird.
You know what kills
I don't
about
see me in the
these
StreamYard
aliens?
either.
Yep.
They always let the dudes in that are infected. Nobody has any kind of
I
protocol
knew it.
whatsoever.
You knew what?
I knew I was being gate kept. I'm banned at a level where I'm a mod, and yet I'm still banned.
What they
Amazing.
call it, double secret probation or whatever.
Double
What do they call
secret
it?
probation banned. I knew it.
I don't know what that is.
Gate kept again.
That's
From
'cause it's
Animal
double secret.
House. When they get suspended in Animal House. Double
The gates
secret
are wide
probation
open.
shit and so forth.
Tarmac and Jalad at Tanagra.
I have
Looks
no
like
intention
a
of watching
comedy.
that trash at all.
His sails
Right,
unfurled.
now,
His
I
gate
haven't
is open.
Seen the one from 13 days ago, and you're saying there was xenomorphs in it?
Yeah, I just put it in the private chat, the link.
Maybe because this was from 4 months ago. Maybe they got some bad feedback and they did some reshoots.
Well, that looks
Snow
like
White,
the one we
like
saw.
Snow
That's
White
more like the,
2024.
it looks more like the Prometheus
about John's
xenomorph
trip.
or whatever they're called. The ones from the end of Prometheus.
The architects. They're called the
We're
architects.
talking
No,
about
not the
aliens.
dudes. The one that's
Aliens,
born
John?
at the end of Prometheus. That fucking. It's like an alien, but not black. It's like all like
Right.
like skin.
Oh, the
instead
all-white
of
ivory looking dude?
exoskeleton or whatever.
John, on your trip, did you see any aliens?
Should I be
Actually
racist?
thinking about it.
Uh,
Yes, be racist.
Be racist.
Potential
No, I can't.
illegal,
I'm,
like you're.
I'm
you're-
legally
you
not
went to
racist.
Nicaragua, or you went somewhere in Central America, right?
Yeah, El Salvador. Yeah.
El Salvador. So did you see like just like a string of them going through the country, like little?
I
Did any of them
I
look
saw,
like
I saw a
Trinidad.
lot of assault rifles. A lot of assault rifles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been a nice resort.
Mm-hmm.
No, they've got them everywhere. They deployed the military in the whole country, so there's no crime.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it looks like they did reshoots.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It was kind of great. I felt safe. Everything was nice. And then I had to come home to California. And I didn't feel safe anymore.
I laugh, but that's not funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you left a third world nation as a safe space.
Yes,
And went
exactly.
Back to California, right?
I want to see little kids down in El Salvador reading ISOM.
You
So
know,
the
I'm sure-
charity's sending them, right? They're like,
yeah, that's
they're
where the
getting them
charity
down
should send them. Yeah. Actually, there's an El Salvador Comic Con. Apparently, it was a week before I went, and the president of El Salvador actually went to the Comic Con and spoke there. And then I got in contact with them and about going next year. And I'm gonna translate my books to Latinx. That's the language they speak, Latinx. And
I think they've gone to
work.
Latin now. I think it's Latin now.
Like
Yeah.
the
What Latinx in here?
Isn't that what they did in the what was it in the Spider-Man game? Instead of like, because they do it normally, it's El Doctor or La Doctora, right? And so in the Spider-Man game, they made it Le Doctore to make up a gender.
Oh,
I'm dead serious. Yeah,
I believe it. Oh.
Yep,
sounds
painful.
right. Sounds right.
I can't even.
Painful.
It really does kill the moment. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna pull like what's that fat guy who was like, "You fat fucking waffle people, you people." I mean, but it does kind of take you out of the moment.
Pronouns. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say? Fucking croutons? What do you say? Yeah, but he was like fucking croutons. But yeah, dude, it does kind of like
fucking croutons. Yeah, dude. I hear
like
that.
I totally get it.
That
I'm like,
bar?
is that my bar?
Am I bar?
Dude, I was playing some Call of Duty and I was like, oh, look, there's some flags. And like, there was like bisexual shit and like rainbow shit. And it was like,
God.
It's like, it just made me want to put my controller down. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Stop. Anyways.
Well, I got this app on my my Mac. It's the Clean My Mac thing. I think it's that one. And they got like the Ukraine flag on it, or one of them does, up at the top of the toolbar.
The
It's
Ukraine.
like, why?
Yes.
Why? Dude.
I thought
Well,
we
you got to
moved on
contribute to the
Israel.
slush fund. You got to contribute to the slush fund. Come on
No, I
now.
don't.
Croutons, fucking croutons.
Whether we want to or not, we are.
Boring. Croutons are boring.
So, what's your take on the puppet show, John? I know you probably saw it. Like, that's what the topic was earlier before we got.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The ripoff.
I don't
verse.
either. I have
the
no idea what
ripoff
they're
verse.
talking about.
I've been in El Salvador.
He didn't see it yet.
I hadn't seen it either. I tried looking it up. I couldn't find it. So
It's like the rip-off verse.
I got it right here. Hold
Yeah.
on, I'll give you a link.
Thank you so much.
There it is in the private chat. Boing.
all right.
The rip-off verse. Here it is.
Yeah, this is a very well done production for under 1,000 subscribers, not monetized.
Wow.
This page isn't available.
Well, this guy works way harder on his videos than me. I could tell you that.
Yeah, that's the going theory, is that it's not just one guy.
It's hard out here for a puppet.
Is that supposed to be EVS in there?
No.
We'd have to factor in a lot of extra cloth if they were making EVS puppets.
Dude.
He's a big boy, but you know he's fine. I think I have it. I could show this. I wonder. Buy my pink sauce.
Yeah, there's one of them. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, listen up, people. It goes like this. When I was just a small kid, my daddy ran out on me.
Jesus.
Now, obviously, this gave me a huge affirmation complex that was
fucked
so
up.
bad that I developed permanent think that I'm special, even though I've got no skills,
Is
no
this-
talent, definitely can't write. And
Is that like a AI voice thing that
Yes.
they're doing?
Yes.
I was going to ask Cider
Yeah.
because he's the expert, resident AI
really
expert.
haven't grown up since.
It's an art,
And when
making
I
that AI
talk
voice.
about the mature highbrow comics.
I'm sure Cider could speak to that. It's not like just something you type in, it happens. Like you have to
Correct.
train them
Right.
and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
You have
this
to
is-
train at it. Yeah.
This has multiple hours of Eric July's voice fed into the AI model itself.
Had the puppet's mouth down by the head of the dome.
That I am a certain thing that I want to be, then enough people just might believe it. I've been nothing but a basic ass.
I think the hat logo's a little over it.
33 years old, I still haven't grown up. I still argue.
Watch the whole thing, man. I mean, just watch it. Count the puppets. Just do it. Count the money, I guess.
Meltdown if someone hurts.
I mean, right now it's like one puppet. That's what I'm seeing.
Recently, I found,
but I know there's like some doo-doo in and stuff. I mean, it's like funny, but I don't see it being racist.
Bro, you should watch this because of you work with Chuck Dixon on Rock and Roll Ninja. They do your man Chuck up.
I saw them.
Oh, so you've seen this shit. You know what's up.
I'm Derek July, and welcome
to
Derek July.
Of course I've seen it, dude. I mean, shit.
Oh, well, I didn't know everyone's seen it here.
It's on the surface of the pond, dude. It's the fucking... It's the newest scum on the surface.
Money from kids when you can't write. Well, I mean, I don't have a single skill or talent at all. I just shout at kids and pretend that I do. Here's how you do it.
Derek, where's my damn wings and beans?
I'm coming. So in this big, wide, old world we live in, there are hundreds of thousands of amazing comics, old and new. So many, in fact, we ain't never going to run out. But then, of course, people like me exist. And what I attempt to do is...
That's animation. That's expensive. The dollar signs are going right now. We're seeing animation. That ain't cheap. That ain't cheap. That's what they say, right, in the chat.
Where's Pedro?
That's what those chat kids are saying these days.
I was just thinking about Pedro.
Pedro really does good animation.
It does kind of look like Pedro, yeah.
No. I'm saying Pedro did the animation.
Yeah.
That's
it
what
looks
I'm
like
saying.
it does look like his kind of style of animation.
Yeah. Him or Fresher Luke. Fresher Luke would be available.
That was Glenn Beck right there.
What's up, Zach?
Glenn Beck? I thought that was Chuck Dixon.
No, go back. I think that's Glenn Beck sponsoring everything.
Yes, that's Beck. Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned the Blaze in my theory anyway, because he's included in the video.
Then it was time.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of longer.
I love this list on how to make a comic. Muscles, spandex, powers is like me. Like, that's just fucking hilarious, dog. That cuts to the bone.
Spandex Man comic book that you've ever seen, and it was 100 times worse than the few bad comics.
Generic man with some powers.
Jesus. Dog shit. Now
This is pretty brutal. Admittedly,
it is pretty brutal. A little fucked up.
Like writing and low quality artwork.
You want to be like, what have you done? Not like a dickhead, but like, you're doing a lot of production value for somebody, and your shit's anonymous.
I ignored every single rational, genuine critique and instead precisely cherry picked the most insane comment I could find and then invite that person onto a live stream and gaslight my followers some more by screaming that this is the only kind of person that doesn't like my dumbass comment. I call it monetizing my
so over the top and ridiculous, dude. I mean,
it should be called remonetizing my subscribers, as it's just another way of squeezing more money out of my stupid subscribers with super chats. So, kids, that's how you gate crash your way into an.
I mean, do you make content? Did he address this? Was he like, yeah, that's a fucked up, fucked up puppets, or has he even said anything? I don't know. I don't watch him.
I don't watch him either.
This scam going.
I don't watch him. He's always screaming in the microphone. I don't bother.
I got an idea. Come on.
That smoke alarm, dude. It's just hilarious a little bit to me.
Hey, my name is Derek July. Listen, I need to buy your name so I can use it to sell my really crappy comics.
Suck a dick.
I guess I haven't done anything significant in over 10 years, and I suppose I could really do with the money right now.
Don't you worry about the money. I harvested a lot from kids on YouTube. Use your name.
Jesus.
God knows, dude.
Sound credible.
Sure, what the hell? Okay, what the
Is he outing himself? Like, I'm so confused.
Pretty damn cool, huh?
Totally. This is an AI voice model that's doing this. It's not Eric.
You know that this is just General Zod, right?
What you talking about?
This is Zod. You've just ripped off
General
Zod and made him green.
No,
That's brutal. That's Zod and his crew, man. I mean, that's brutal.
Character or characters from scratch. Your mind always references something your mind already knows first. But
I don't want to judge Eric's stuff until it all comes out in a collected fucking omnibus.
I want the money.
That's more like it.
I'm not judging it now. I'm just saying that insult, like, whoa, that's roasted. You know, that'd be the ooh in the schoolyard, you know?
No, I never actually said that. He says I'm pure talent. Well, actually, I just.
I'm not a fan of them dissing on Chuck Dixon though.
Well, you're of course not a fan of any of this, but I'm saying it's expensive. This is expensive, right? This isn't free. This isn't just some random stock.
No, right.
All right, we're at our third puppet now. Here comes Rachida. Or Rikida. Well, how do you say his name?
Rikida.
Yeah, that guy. I said it like a terrorist group, Raichaida or something like Al Qaeda.
Why is Rikida holding his eye?
I'm talking.
During that stream with Ripley a couple weeks ago, he was doing that. He was holding his face. Like, I don't know what to say right now.
All right.
Wow, this is crazy production value.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking at least 20 grand right now.
Simply by using
Well, and then we're talking about it's filmed on high-res cameras that are Netflix certified or whatever Cider was explaining earlier, and that there's 2 camera angles, so it's at least 2 of the expensive ass cameras.
The one who was eating the hot pink sauce, they might have had to pay her.
Hey guys, have fun.
Oh no, that pink sauce.
Zach jumping in.
Internet.
Good luck to you,
Later, buddy.
Later, telepathic bunny.
Later.
Wow.
That pink sauce chick is just some meme. Like she's some internet sensation.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Get your fucking ass out of here, fucking T-Bunny motherfucker. What's going on, Zach? How you doing, buddy? Zach or Zachary?
It doesn't matter. You can call me retard for all I care.
Hey, retard.
It's not Friday yet.
All right, there, retard.
I literally just got back from work, so I was pushing 80 on the fucking highway because I hit up Jay. I was like, yo, are you doing a show tonight? Like, I don't know if I'm remembering. He's like, no, I'm not, but this stream's going on. I was like, oh, he's like, you want it? And I was like, yeah, I would. And then he's like, link sent. I was like, and then once the link was sent, I was like, like trying to get home.
Damn, welcome aboard.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, you worked for it, man.
So what's going on, man? You got a book going on, right?
Yeah, I do.
You look familiar. I've never streamed with you, so I'm just.
Hey, wait, are you the FedEx guy that I've heard so much about? I'm joking, man. I'm breaking balls. This is a different FedEx guy, dude.
Wait, the FedEx guy?
Pain. See that? Pulled a rug right out from underneath him like that.
He finally got some recognition, and he just went and took it away.
Damn it, man.
I can't knock FedEx guys. They make pretty good
Dude,
money,
we go
right?
through hell, man. I can tell you right now, I've gotten attacked by at least 10 times from dogs delivering on this route that I'm on. It's fucking crazy.
Have you ever had to choke somebody out in a parking lot?
I actually, no, I did.
Shit.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
He's like, no, I did have to choke someone out.
Yeah,
Some artwork.
Wait, sorry, tell us about that shit.
So it was actually when I was at working at Amazon in Delaware earlier this year. And what happened was I was doing my route. And I was on this road that was so fucking narrow, you can't squeeze 2 cars side by side. So I'm at this house, and I, quickly, get the package. I, haul ass, and I get it to the person, delivered it, whatever. And there's also the house across the street. I was doing this. It probably didn't take no more than 2 minutes so far. This is douchebag in a fucking red Jeep, And he starts yelling at me, "Oh, you fucking piece of shit, yada yada." And I was like, "Dude, the world doesn't revolve." I was like, "Dude, the world doesn't revolve around you. What the hell?" And so I put the package at that other house, and a guy, there's a black guy who lives at the house. He's watching the whole thing happen. He's like, "Yo, you need some help?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, it is what it is. This isn't new to me." And I get back. I'm walking back to the van. The guy, he drove on the grass. So the house that I just delivered that first package to was that, he pulled into his driveway, and he's fucking screaming at the top of his head. And I was like, yo, stop being such a baby, man. It's just it just takes a couple minutes. He's like, what? So he comes over and he pushes me, and I fell to the ground. The back of my head hit one of the wheel bearings on the tire. And I got so mad. When I got up, I uppercutted him, and he fell on the ground fucking flat ass. And his girlfriend that was in the Jeep was freaking out, and they're calling the cops. And I'm like,
you did the Shoryuken reverse on Wake Up, dude. Shoryuken. Got the counter. Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, so yeah, that was like the only time I had to put my hands on somebody, and that was something because I thought I was gonna get fired because I had to call my work and let them know about it. So, but when the cops came, they took him in because he put his hands on me first. So I guess I got lucky there.
Yeah, self-defense.
Yeah.
Nice alien.
Thanks, man.
Wow. Sexy.
What next?
So speaking of Mortal Kombat, I got something for you over here. I'm sharing it.
What you got?
Mortal Kombat legend Scorpion's Revenge writer Jeremy Adams reveals that Warner Brothers rejected a pitch for animated DCU versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I heard
film.
about this.
Wait, why?
Because they're dumb and they hate money.
I thought that, you know, the video game, as shit as that was, the story wasn't bad.
Well, and Injustice has got a really good story, and
Yeah.
that's made by the Mortal Kombat developers anyway. A crossover would have been, you know, kind of like obvious, you know, like the Marvel Capcom shit, the DC Mortal Kombat shit.
Yep.
You know, makes sense. Why'd they cancel it? Does it say in the article?
This all could change. This all could change though, because Universal supposedly is buying DC or buying Warner Brothers, so that could be a trickle down effect eventually, and they could say, "No, we're doing this," because Universal sees Disney and they're like, "We're doing the complete opposite of what they're doing," so they might want to tackle this if they do buy Warner Brothers. But the
that's
rumors are strong.
Brainiac, Past Master Dan. That is Brainiac.
I mean,
Inside the chat.
I mean, honestly, dude, with the fucking thing that's going on over there, it's honestly like with Gary Frank and all those guys leaving. I think it was definitely for the best, man.
Oh yeah, because
I
they saw the
haven't-
writing on the wall.
What do you guys think about that?
I
Ghost
love it.
Machine. Holy shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I love
like
it.
Geiger.
Super talent
Geiger
drain.
looks fucking great.
Because I love all those artists. It's like,
Fabic's
wow,
book
man,
looks
what
awesome.
a fucking talent drain of fucking DC. That's like, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
the rats
dude.
leaving the boat, you know, but shit.
Dude, that's like probably one of the biggest hits that DC has taken in a hot minute.
We're gonna be scouring Tumblr tonight.
Yep. So he told comicbook.com, this is Adams here, the guy that wrote Jeremy Adams that wrote Scorpion's Revenge. He says, I would lower your expectations. I don't know if they would have any plans to do anything like making a Mortal Kombat movie. I do know that we pitched that a while ago, but it was kind of rebuffed. I think at the end of the day, I don't know if they're ever going to do any more. I hope that they do, and I hope that they call me to be involved. So what's happening is that the studio was completely against it. They had no here it is. Somebody actually said that. The outlet quipped that they must hate money. Yeah, see? There you go. But yeah, no, this
It's probably because it would be an animation, right? But if it's an animation and it's all super violent like Mortal Kombat level, it would not be appropriate for the type of people who randomly pick up animation. The
Correct.
DC line of what are they, straight to DVD?
Because cartoons are for
series
kids
or
in
whatever they're called?
the West.
Right.
Dude, think of how cool the fucking action figure line for that, if that was a possibility. Like, that would have been sick.
I think Warner Brothers has been releasing action figures for both of them, you know, for a while now, though. The Mortal
But
Kombat
imagine like a
stuff and
duet.
the DC stuff.
The same scale?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Again, here's
The
an
Injustice
opportunity.
stuff is like basically all modeled in Mortal Kombat universe size and scale and lighting and all that shit. It's just
The
like
aesthetic.
a Justice League Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah.
But here's an opportunity. Like the anime coming out of Japan and Korea and even China is dominating North America. Here's an opportunity to take advantage of doing something really, really cool and make some money, and they fall flat on their faces against.
Corporations do not take risks. That's what's happening. You got to understand that this is a no risk environment. That's why you're getting another reboot of Captain Marvel. That's why you're getting another reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean. And why the Marvel Cinematic Universe is rebooting with Secret Wars. They can't take a risk.
It's rebooting with Secret
I
Wars?
just read
Yes.
that, dude.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
heard
mean
about that
I'll
last
show you
night.
the article. Give me a minute.
Like
here.
going all the way to the beginning, be like, hey, we're gonna get a new Captain America and a new.
Yeah, we're doing the whole thing over with.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right.
Lionel's got
it's
a
all
point
woke.
about the Harley Quinn cartoon being like all super degenerate. I haven't seen it yet. Is it like bloody violent too, or is it just that
Actually,
weird?
I can speak on that. The
So
Harley
like
Quinn
sucky
cartoon,
fucky, right?
the
Yeah,
Harley
that
Quinn
is-
cartoon is actually pretty funny. I
Yeah,
thought
it
it
is.
was. It
But
was
is it
done
ultra
pretty well.
violent? You know what I'm saying? With
Yeah,
like heads gushing
absolutely.
off and shit. Oh, it's like Deadpool violent then, or something like that.
It has when the moment is appropriate for that. It doesn't like do it. It doesn't go extreme 100 like the whole time. Only when like the moments come is when it does get violent, and it's funny as hell. Like one of my favorite scenes is when Harley Quinn is in the Batcave, and then she like fell through, and she's like hanging on a piece of fucking like glacier or whatever. And she's like, oh, you know, she's talking to Batman as she's at his computer. He's like, oh, so this is where you go to fuck the bats. I thought that was just great.
There's so much other shit in DC universe that they could be spending money on. Instead, they're just making this fucking trash, dude. No offense. I mean, if you like it, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's if that's your
No,
rocky
it's not
road,
cool. We
then
hate
it's
you
cool,
all.
but it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, ugh. Why the like? Why do you have
But
to
it
be
means
all
they
gross
could have
with
probably
the
done the
character?
Mortal
Why does it have
Kombat,
to be?
right?
Why does it have to be a cartoon and be fucking gross like that? Like,
But going back to the Secret Wars, they're basing the Secret Wars movie all on the woke shit that they put out in the last 10 years.
I'm so done.
Well,
I'm so done with that
It's
shit.
not the original
No, it's not
Leighton
No.
or Zack and Leighton series back in the 80s. It's
What-
all based on the
I don't
the
even
woke
feel like
stuff.
the MCU was based on the Marvel universe. I feel like it was more based on like the
Well, it's
Ultimates
not.
universe.
Yeah,
Well,
where
here's the
everybody's
thing.
just getting fucking killed and shit. It's like, what
Here's
the,
the
fuck?
thing. If those movie studios use those plot devices one for one, right? They copy paste them into movies. They have to pay royalties to every creative involved in that book series. They don't want to do that. So what
Yeah,
they
they don't
do
want to
is
go. They can't go too far back.
That's why all of the MCU feels like a really weird 14-year-old's fan fiction series. Like it takes bits and pieces of what exists in the Marvel Wikipedia pages and slaps them together into the MCU. And that's what you have is you have like people who have a loose understanding of who the fuck Thor is, creating all this stuff for him. Because they can't. That's why they bring in people that aren't fans of the product they're creating, because they can sort of ensure at that point that they're not going to pull from what they know about the product.
I mean,
So-
wasn't one of the runners was like, yeah, we're hiring people who aren't fans.
Yes, that was
Oh.
Star Wars. They were bragging about that.
Oh, that's
Um,
gross.
I've been doing that intentionally for all these properties.
At least it's like
the
they're coming
Scarlet
out
Witch
being
show.
honest
The
about
writer
it.
had never heard of Mephisto. before
Yes!
or some shit.
Yeah.
Are you
it was
kidding
so
me?
ridiculous.
I heard
Eliminate.
that.
Eliminate.
So, see,
Get
here's
rid
the-
of 'em.
Like what John Longbox is like, yo, show me your collection. Like if
Yeah.
somebody's like, hey, I'd like to be an editor for Marvel. I'd like to be a showrunner for Marvel. Okay, show me your collection. How many
me the
long
receipts,
boxes do you
baby.
have? You know?
No, I
So-
bet they'd be like, yo, I got a collection of pop vinyls, but like,
Look at all these
Fucking
hard
Beanie
comics I
Babies.
have.
yeah,
So,
that's
like-
like, dude, pop vinyls are definitely the same as Beanie Babies from back in the day. They're the same shit. I definitely agree.
Yo, man, I went to McDonald's, got a Happy Meal, got a superhero on it. Let me work there.
So this is Battle World. This is Secret Wars Battle World.
Well, no, this is
You know,
just a
people
map
said-
from the 2015 comic. It's not anything
So,
official from
That was
DC,
all
from
created by
Marvel
Doctor
Studios.
Doom, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
I
realities
gotta- I gotta
collapsed.
be
and
honest.
Doom,
Actually, good
Doom
story.
created
I
Battle
gotta be
World.
honest with you, dude. That story was so fucking confusing and convoluted to me that it was hard for me to follow. And trust me when I say I will like. I've read so many. I've read like Captain America issue 1 through 400. Amazing, every issue of Amazing Spider-Man is 1 through 300 of Daredevil. Like the list goes on, and then you go into this shit right here, Secret Wars Battle World, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Hey, Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But doesn't Hickman seem like he really wants to be Claremont in the worst kind of way, but he just
Oh,
can't pull it
totally.
off?
I can
Totally.
get that. I mean, like, listen, I'm not trying to sock an asshole because I understand that every creative who works in the industry in one way, shape, or form, they're gonna try and be different this one way, shape, or form. But
Now, did you
right
read
here-
Hickman's Fantastic Four run going into this?
No, I didn't.
Okay, because that's like kind of essential, and then this whole story is kind of based on Doom anyway. So like, you probably didn't get a whole lot out of it without like,
So it was missing the
following
Fantastic Four
Hickman's
context.
Fantastic Four run. Well, I mean, this is just comes directly after that shit. So it's like,
I got you.
I believe it was award winning or like highly celebrated or whatever his run.
All I know is dude single
Fucking circle jerk.
up the X-Men.
Is it circle jerk? I didn't.
I'm saying his like accolades. It's just like, hey,
okay.
good job. Hey, yeah, thank you. They're all just like fucking shaking each other's.
This could be a hot take, but I will say that Jonathan Hickman's Age of X in Powers of X, where it was revealed that Moira McTaggart was actually an X what do you call it, a mutant the whole time.
Yeah.
And then he explains the whole timeline why the X-Men keep getting murked, and like the whole. I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, all right, he's trying to find
You're
some.
supposed to agree with me.
No. Like
I liked it too. I agree with you. I didn't like anything that came after it, but that storyline by itself, they should have just made it in Elseworlds.
That right
so like
there
it wasn't
was
like
great.
yeah.
And the reason why I like it is because when Fox Studios had X-Men, the company Marvel was intentionally sabotaging the X-Men title because they were trying to. You were like, all right, we don't have the rights to X-Men, so let's just sabotage this whole team. And they were doing that. That's why there's so many reboots and many.
That's when they were trying to make the Inhumans like the new type of X-Men because they didn't own. Fox owned the movie rights to X-Men.
And then Eternals.
Okay, yeah, I know.
And then Jonathan Hickman comes in. He's like, let me try to find a way to creatively write that. I thought it was pretty clever. I didn't even the reveal of it. It's like. It was definitely better than that piece of shit reboot series that Ryan Otley did with Nick Spencer or something like that, where you have this villain Kindred, and the whole time you're like, oh damn, dude, this villain's pretty sick. Like, what's going on? And then it's revealed that it's the Stacy twins that died in issue 516 of Amazing Spider-Man, and then like it has nothing to do with the marriage in issue 544 before Brand New Day started. I was just so irritated. Because it was a huge cock block, and then you also eliminate the fact that Norman Osborn, you just can't be like, oh no, I made a deal with Mephisto. This is why I'm actually the Green Goblin, and I sold my son's soul to Mephisto in order to be a successful businessman. Oh, this is the worst piece of shit story I've ever read.
So
that was a tangent. Sorry.
I do have. I'm not trying to sell you hope or anything, but this is what's going on with now that the WGA have gone back to work. They've signed new contracts. This new contract requires them to maintain a certain amount of audience interest after so many years on streaming platforms so they can get paid royalties, right? So what they were complaining about, part of what they were striking about, is that Netflix and Disney Plus could just run rampant with the stuff they created and not pay them for it. Mm-hmm. So their contracts now stipulate, though, that they maintain that what they create has to have longevity. It has to be of value. It can't just be today and it's good, it's over with, forget about it. So what this means is that they won't be able to put as much agenda into the products they're creating with the movies, at least, because the way the contracts read is that like something like 15% audience interest has to be retained after 10 years. And none of this shit's going to last. Like the stuff that they based most of She-Hulk stuff on was just tore from headlines. And it was immediate. It was dated before the episode even came out. We found out also that the writers' rooms do not have showrunners and they do not have show Bibles. They have literally been Loki. Okay, let me give you this. The only reason why Kang became anything in the MCU is because Loki fans went nuts about it on Twitter. That came out in an interview with James Gunn.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so done with that stuff.
So that's why they're doing Secret Wars. No, that's why they're doing Secret Wars, where they've dumped Kang. Loki season 2, I guess, is going to feature Loki like agent smithing Kang and taking over his powers. Or whatever,
really?
Assuming the Kang
I'm watching
dynasty.
it right now. Have you been watching any?
No. This is just stuff that they're talking about that leads into Secret Wars. Why Secret Wars happens.
I love
so-
Loki. Loki's fantastic. Even better than Secret Invasion. So subscribe
here's
to
the
Disney
thing is
Plus.
that
It's great family
John-
entertainment for everybody.
Jonathan Majors, the guy that plays Kang, strangled a woman in a bar. It's not even.
Allegedly.
Oh no! It's not even allegedly. The
Aggressively?
texts, yeah, the texts
Allegedly,
from her. No, the texts from her at the hospital read, "Baby, I'm sorry for making you angry enough to strangle me. It doesn't hurt that bad, baby. You didn't hurt me that bad. I'll be okay when they let me out. It's okay, baby." And so there's no lot. That's it. He's done. He's going to jail for battery. So they've got to dump him. So that's what that's what they're saying leads into Secret Wars is Loki taking over Kang's role or place or powers, something like that.
But Secret Wars is based on Doctor Doom. Like it was,
correct. But in
so
order
why
to
we?
get Doom's attention, something has to kick it off in the multiverse. Well, an army of Lokis is going to do that. Magic user like Doom is not going to miss an army of Lokis in the multiverse.
Why isn't there just like a Doctor Doom in the MCU? They just haven't like gone to him yet. You know?
Well,
That
because
would be
he's a
kinda-
Fantastic Four property, and that
just
belongs
make
to
the
Fox.
Beyonder and be done with it. Have Christopher Walken be the Beyonder. Come on. do it.
So what they're doing?
Yeah. You
So what's-
heroes.
You're all going down.
So what happened is that these new writers came in and they completely canned Daredevil.
Croutons.
No, they
Croutons.
they completely shit canned
croutons.
Daredevil Born Again. All right, there's no more Daredevil
dude,
Born Again.
Don't even get me.
Oh
started.
yeah, that was
There's
canceled
no
or
Daredevil Born
whatever.
Again?
Yeah,
That's
there's
crazy.
It's gone. It's gone. They shit canned
Holy
it.
shit.
The writers told Feige, "This is unsalvageable. This is Batgirl levels of brand damage. We cannot
Can't
even
be
let
serious.
this." Keep
But that's what
out."
Disney. That's what Disney's
had-
doing though.
They
Like
had
with
half
Snow White.
filmed. Right.
Snow
They
White's
had
going to
half-
get Batgirled.
Well, we don't know just yet. They've spent a lot of money
I
on
read
that
somewhere
Ziegler girl.
that Feige was
but-
the one that said it's straight too far from the Netflix. That
See,
he wanted it more like Netflix. That it
See,
was
that's
him.
that's the thing is that he's taking credit for this, but the writers in their interviews have come out and said that we couldn't save what they had created. They'd already filmed. The 5 episodes they had filmed
no
were so
way.
disgustingly out of line with anything. They were killing Daredevil. By episode 5, they had him dying and being replaced by a woman. They had Batwoman. in.
You're
Oh,
kidding
my
me.
God.
You're kidding me. Yo,
And so
dude, thank
it's
God that
gone.
never aired.
It's never going to see the light of day. So they're
Oh,
starting
Echo
over from
probably
scratch.
replaced him. Maya,
Well,
or whatever
here's another
the
thing.
Death
Well, they-
assassin was probably
They
replaced
did
him.
shorten her series from 8 episodes to 5, so those last 3 may have been her taking over Daredevil's role. So you might be right there.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
let me also let me say this because and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't another big component of why they do this diversity shit in comics so they can implement it in the movies is because when some of the stuff hits public domain, these studios tries to do all these ridiculous things to try and change so that way they can contain the copyright. So if somebody goes ahead and be like, all right, let me do a Indian black version of Spider-Man, for example, like doing, who's paraplegic. And then they create that comic once it hits public domain, and the studios and the companies come in, they're like, no, we already have a handicapped Spider-Man. We already have an Indian Spider-Man in black. You
Nope.
can't do that stuff.
I'm going to go
Copyright
make
applies-
the spectacular Spider Trans.
Anyway, guys, I got to bounce, Matt. I'll see you guys.
My kids just
Yeah.
dropped off on me.
Nice to meet you, Jay.
Yeah,
Peace out,
nice
Jay.
seeing you guys. Take care, everyone.
Take it easy.
So copyright applies to derivative works. So any like Miles Morales still under Peter Parker's copyright umbrella. Spider-Gwen still under Peter Parker's copyright umbrella.
So if the Ditko family gets Spider-Man back, they'll have to pay him for the Miles Morales shit too.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
all the
that's
same.
always been kind of sold as like a plot.
That's
to-
insulting. That really
type
is insulting.
situation. Like they're trying to switch him to Miles so Ditko can't get paid.
Yeah, so
Watch
no,
my
it's
video.
derivative. It's
Send super
derivative.
chats.
I mean,
comics are
honestly,
tell
I
you,
want to
Nick-
be like, yeah, maybe Ditko's wife should get some paper. Maybe like his like immediate kids should have maybe get some paper, but like grandkids, man, get the fuck out of here. Go make your own shit. You know.
So What's happened with this DEI stuff is entirely more sinister than trying to connive people out of royalty checks. Do you know what BlackRock is and Vanguard? You ever hear of them?
No, I haven't.
They're buying
so-
real estate. They're like a
Well,
secret organization
no.
that buys like
They're
house
an
mortgages and
investment.
shit, right?
They're an investment hedge fund that controls $11 trillion worth of assets. That's BlackRock alone.
Right.
And so what they own 16% of every company in the Western Hemisphere. That's everything from architecture to marshmallows to animation to Legos. They own 16% of every corporation in the West.
Jesus.
And so what they did is they bought some congressmen and they passed a law that in order to get loans from central banking agencies, the big banks that you get lines of credit to make movies with, the studios make movies with,
Right.
they had to implement a certain amount. They had to maintain a score, a DEI score, which is a diversity, inclusion, and equity score. All right.
Shut up. That's a real thing.
That is real. And if they fall below that, their borrowing power shrinks.
Oh,
So they have to keep that up in order to get loans to make
To keep
these
those
movies.
lines of credit open. Or to
Correct.
get access to new, bigger lines of credit.
Correct.
That's
And
crazy
so-
because some of the worst films I've ever seen that the MCU definitely has is Eternals and Thor: God of Love, or whatever the fuck it is, Love and Thunder. Like,
Right. And those are some of the most overblown CGI movies in the MCU. So that should tell you something about their budgets,
I
right?
like Chris Hemsworth was like, I'm never gonna do another fucking movie with a weird ass fucking director again. Maybe
Taika
I'm kind of
Waititi.
paraphrasing it,
Waititi.
but yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm done with. It's like, yeah, man, they.
That
fucked
wasn't
my
what he
floor.
said
They
after
fucked my
Love
floor.
and Thunder, though. He was was the third one.
Yeah,
The
it was
third
the last one that like
Ragnarok.
made him look like a
The
buffoon,
one that had the
and
Hulk in
like
it
there was
when the Hulk
jokes.
came out and that thing was a big smash. Everybody was up that dude's ass. Everybody loved Waititi.
Okay,
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was good. That was like a nice, cool, like flavor changer.
Yeah, but Love and
You know what I
Thunder.
mean? But
but
like
let me
having
ask
to
you-
do it again, it was like this is fucking
Let-
dog shit. These kids
Yeah,
are getting
dude.
stolen, and there's jokes around it. Like it's not.
let me
funny.
ask you: is it really that good, Ragnarok? Because
Yeah.
I feel like the pacing was so fast, and that like they had so many serious moves.
Well, they covered a lot of ground and it had to be fast.
Yeah, I was like, because you
It
had
feels
the
like a
whole-
Guardians movie more than a Thor movie.
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
real snappy and jokey and that type of shit.
Exactly. I was kind of disappointed. Like Odin dies. There's no mourning, because he gets quickly thrusted into the fucking whatever planet he was on, where he's stuck on with the Hulk. That whole dude, imagine watching a Hulk movie where it actually was done right, World War Hulk. That'd be insane. Or
Right,
Planet
but
Hulk, whatever you call
It'll
it.
never happen.
They have to pay so many royalties to make that happen. So you got the closest you were going to get to it with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, because
They,
Marvel doesn't own Hulk. Universal does
correct.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
No, they got it back. I believe they got it back.
maybe I don't think so, but they could be right because they bought up a ton of shit a few years ago with that Fox deal. They got a ton of shit with it. But
I mean, this is why indie comics, like I've read a lot of indie stuff, and dude, this stuff that stuff just is way better than the mainstream
Well,
shit.
sure.
I just hope that more and more people who aren't comic readers starts dabbling a little bit in, because they're missing out on a lot.
Universal still owns the distribution for Hulk.
Yeah, so that's licensing out the ass to try and get a whole solo Hulk movie off the ground. So I wouldn't expect a World War Hulk anytime soon.
I'll be honest, I was surprised they were even able to do She-Hulk.
Well, again, derivative work. So I don't know. Again, they bargained so much. Maybe She-Hulk was the only thing that could wrestle away from them.
Yeah.
But you were saying about Blackwater before we got distracted. BlackRock.
Yeah. Well, see, they bought senators and they passed laws to ensure that these companies have to meet these scores in order to get loans. And so this is what's happened is that BlackRock, Larry Fink, the guy that manages it, he is on camera saying BlackRock wants to force changes in behaviors in people. And so this is what they're doing is they're purposely reprogramming the culture. In 2003, he's on Bloomberg TV saying markets don't like democracies. They like authoritarian governments because they can predict it and the politics don't change as fast. So that's BlackRock's stance, and what they're doing is they're creating what Larry Fink refers to as the firm, which is a one world government in which every citizen is like an employee of a greater corporation. So this is what they're implementing right now, and that's why Disney is floundering, because in order to get the loan to make the money to get it into theaters, they have to make all the shit that nobody wants to see. And then it doesn't make money at the theater, so they lose $120 billion in 2021. That's the GDP of Eastern European countries, by the way.
But God forbid a bunch of people exposing that, and then all of a sudden, shit just starts going haywire.
Sure.
I'm gonna be honest. You're the first person that went into detail that I've come across. Being part of the comic book industry and the indie scene and whatnot, you're the first person that I came across detailing exactly why this stuff happens and like laid it out, first person.
Yeah, but that's what you're looking at, and again, like it's through everything. This, like I said, they own 16%. That's a majority share, by the way, in most Western corporations. That's a majority share. So they own a majority share in all Western corporations. So that means your video games, your food, your automobiles, your comic books, your water, your toilet supplies. They all function under BlackRock's initiatives to change your behaviors.
Your deodorant, your mouthwash.
Yep.
That's not the umbrella company?
Everything. Yeah, right. But that's why you saw that Gillette commercial that's just bashing men. That's part of their initiative, is to do that. That's a DEI incorporated commercial. That boys will be boys commercial. Remember that?
Yeah, where the guy grabs the dude and stops him from like flirting with the chick or whatever.
Exactly. That men are the problem. Yes, that's BlackRock's fingerprint. So whenever you feel that DEI crap, wherever it is, it could be on a sign telling you the floor is wet. Wherever you feel that, that's BlackRock.
But why is the floor wet? That's
what's the other one? Blackstone.
No, BlackRock, Vanguard, and Main Street are the three big investment groups that control most of the world's funds. Notably, the Rothschilds sit on all three.
But Blackstone is in there somewhere.
Blackstone is BlackRock. They're not this. They're the same thing. People just get them mixed up.
And I always call it Blackwater because of the old cartoon.
No, I mean Blackstone is Blackstone.
Blackwater was a private securities team.
Yeah.
Is Blackstone a division of BlackRock? Because it's its own thing. But
I've never heard of Blackstone. I'm only aware of BlackRock.
Blackstone,
Main
private
Street.
investment banking company. I think they're the ones that are buying up all the real estate. Blackstone.
Okay, so
and they live in a.
Saturn. What do you know about Saturn and the hexagon on the pole of Saturn?
Just bring me the
fucking
alien.
Cuz I'm talking
Hold on,
about
now I gotta smoke some more weed for that one.
I'm talking about the Saturn hexagon and
the black square, yes.
The black cube, right?
Black
or the
cube,
black
yes.
rock that everybody
Right.
worships. That's why I was kind of wondering.
So Saturn used to be closer to us. Saturn used to be like the distance to Mars, a little closer
You know why
than
I
that
moved
to
away?
us.
Because we got too diverse. He saw all this woke stuff going on. Saturn was
Yeah.
like, no way, baby. I don't want
The
nothing to do
music
with that.
sucks now. I got to get away from this place.
I got it.
Party's over.
All right, just real quick before you go down that hole, not to be confused with BlackRock Inc. Blackstone Inc. is an American alternative investment management company based in New York City. Their private equity business has been one of the largest investors in leveraged buyouts in the last 3 decades. Their infrastructure is hedge funds, insurance, secondaries, and great. So they're mostly, it looks like they're the ones that are buying up all the real estate.
Yeah, because BlackRock's divested of it now. They announced 2 months ago that they were leaving the U.S. real estate market.
Yeah, Blackstone is
prices are
swallowing it
down
up.
11% today. They're expected to continue falling through the year.
You know what? You know what comic that isn't owned by BlackRock? Voyage live on Indiegogo.
Hell yeah!
You got a trailer or anything you wanna share?
Yeah, I would love to. If you guys go to the campaign, it's the link is on my Twitter bio. It's also on my Instagram bio as well.
Holy shit! I'm drawing. Can you pull up that link or?
Yeah.
Drop that link for me. Make that shit real easy for me, dog.
No, it's I got you.
I'm
bro.
high
I
as
got you.
fuck too. So.
Dude, I was
He's
just
dialed
smoking
in, man.
last
He's
night.
drawing a werewolf, dude. He's
Drawing a
dialed
werewolf,
in.
man. Werewolf got snads. Yo, I
Oh
bet
man,
you,
that's an old one.
I bet you,
Wolfman's
you know,
got nards. Yeah, that's
I bet you
fucking
some of the people on
Monster
the
Squad.
board,
That's what that's just from.
exactly. They looked at the fucking Little Mermaid,
There's a
you
link.
know, shit, and then
Zach is off doing
they
that.
looked at the Snow White, and they saw like the budget to make her eyes look normal, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
I just want to remind you guys, my comic launches Wednesday, live on Bancroft, 9 p.m. Baby.
Oh,
Righteous, man.
I'm making this
Right.
thing God's end.
I just have a
Live
very
on,
serious question.
Go ahead.
Yes, I did just make up that joke that crashed and burned. Yes.
Is that Matt Barr?
No, that's Matt 6 Bar.
It's Matt Barr.
Is that my bar?
One day, Matt
just-
7 Bar will grace us with his presence.
Yo, dog.
It
Yo,
was-
dog. Is that Matt Barr?
Matt 7 Bar won't come around here because he's scared of Matt 8 Bar.
Yeah, right.
wow. What about Mr.
Right.
Bar?
Hey, what is his name? TJ.
TJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ.
Okay. He seemed okay.
Yeah,
TJ's all right. Yeah.
he's like arguing with you, and then mid sentence he stops and he goes, "Hold up, is that Matt Barr?" He's arguing with Matt Barr, and then like stops mid sentence and goes, "Hold up." He does it 3 times.
More than 3.
times. Oh, there was more than that. My gosh, I was on the floor, man. I had to mute my mic, dude. That was, I don't know what the fuck was going on. That Hope 45 must have been from the time when Billy D. Williams was promoting it. That hit him hard, dude.
Ultra fermented. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He found that in the back of a Cadillac with a Ghostbusters symbol on the side of it.
What's that shit they make in prison in the buckets?
Pruno.
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno.
Oh,
it's
no,
a beard.
no,
Oh.
Bruno.
That's nasty.
Oh, DG, I told you I saw you on the prison show the other day on Netflix.
Yeah, my buddy was on that. He's my best friend. I've known him like 30-some years. He went on there, and they filmed at my house twice.
They did a reunion episode recently, and I guess they were like checking up with them or something, and like they were showing the old clips, and it was like friend and bandmate, you know, Anthony or whatever.
That reunion show was in 2016. No, 2017. Because he was in it in 2016, and then like it aired. The one guy who was in the TJ, my buddy TJ, a different TJ, not the one
TJ guys,
yeah.
white TJ,
yeah, white TJ,
white boy
if,
TJ.
If you were watching that episode, you saw me, my buddy Tim, and TJ, the 3 band members. Me and Tim were the only 2 talking. TJ was so nervous he couldn't say a word, so they just got a shot of him smiling.
Right.
But he passed away 2 months before the show had aired. So every time I see that show, that episode, I'm like, oh man, that was like one of the last times we were all together. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I remember he was smoking the weed out of the toilet with the one guy. They like had cleared out the pipeline, so it was like a big bong or some shit. He got ripped on that shit.
Did you see
Well,
the
he
part
couldn't
where
say no because his backstory was he was in there for
growing,
like growing,
right?
and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So before he goes in, he comes, he tells us he gets on the show, and he gets the assignment, and he gets they tell him previously, this is what's going to be your backstory. And me and my buddy John,
You prepped him, right?
Yeah, because that's what we did. I mean, everybody knows I have a felony on my record, and that's why.
You gave him the cliff notes.
He called this up, and he was like, "Dude, what do I say?" I said, "Listen, if this comes up, you say this. If this comes up, you say that. If somebody tries to because they're going to try to make sure you're on the up and up. If they're going to throw you a curveball question, just know that this can't be done and this can't be done, but this can be if you do this." And I go, and if this gets too complicated, you always just pull I haven't gone to court yet. I just don't really want to talk about it. And you just pull that line.
Oh, nice.
So he was cool for most of it, but his very first cellmate, which they don't show you on the show, I guess there wasn't interesting enough. But his very first cellmate was a 30-year veteran of like the pot growing and distributing business.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, I got a lot of collect calls those first 2 weeks that he was with that guy. You know, he's like, dude, this guy's asking me a shit ton of questions. I'm like, okay, listen, blah 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 blah. And
Dude, those old guys will be like, I got mites on my weed, and I got beetles to kill the mites, and then ladybugs to eat the beetles, and then mantises to eat the ladybugs, and now I got a mantis infestation in my local area. Like those old school heads, you can't fool them. Like they know every
everything
and light cycle and what type of light bulb and the HPS pressure type they use and what ballasts work in a domestic house and all kind of shit, man.
That's why if in the it's funny because in the Where Are They Now episode, when they have us right before they show our band play, and then right beforehand they show us playing pool, all of us playing pool together. You hear me say, everything I should have been in jail for, you were in there on fake charges. And then, like, when that episode first aired, right, everybody was watching it. Like, my family was watching it, his family was watching it, like, everybody, you know, because we all know Matt, you know, we all, you know, everybody's like, oh, you know, Matt's going to be on TV again, let's go watch it, right? So, literally 15 seconds after that I say that on the show, my phone rings. It's my mom. She goes, you had to say it on TV, didn't you? You had to just fucking say it on TV. I was like, Ma. She's like, you know, and then we just laughed about it, but it was funny. It was really, that was like cool. And the house that he's like doing the hedge clippings in front of is mine.
Oh, it's not his house. He's just pretending.
Because when he first went on the show, okay, so
he doesn't want his house on that shit.
No. So what happened? What happened was him and his girl at the time had a housing issue. So they were staying with his parents, but they couldn't take that anymore because, you know, who wants to be living with their parents? You know, so at one point they were like, all right, listen, Michelle, you go. He told, you know, she went to go stay with her mom and sister to help with her sister's kids. And it was only supposed to be for like a month, right? And then he was going to come stay with me. And he lined up a place and everything was getting ready. He was about to move in there. And he got the call that he was going to be on the show. And I'm like, dude, you can't take this house and then leave Michelle for 2 months to pay the rent on her own. You guys are going to be evicted and you're going to have a whole housing issue again, right? And he was like, well, what do I do? I was like, just stay here until you go. And then, you know, she's just going to have to hang tight at her mom's. And then when you come back, then you line up a place, which he did, you know, so he lined up a place for when he got back, stayed with me for an extra month and a half before he left for the show. So when they came, they actually filmed his first episode, his going away episode at my house, pretending they knew that it wasn't his, but everybody was pretending that it was his house. So I had to take all the pictures of me and my family and my dogs and everything off the wall.
Even the dogs? Damn.
Yeah, because he had his dog, right? So in case they use clips of his dog, all of a sudden they're going to see a bunch of huskies up on the wall, but he's got a pit bull, you know? So, and I cleared out one drawer. I cleared out one of my my dresser drawers so he could put his clothes in it, and then like they can do like the whole scene where he's packing and pulling clothes out of the drawer into the suitcase, and
fake as fuck. That's crazy, man.
So then when they did the Where Are They Now episode, at that point he's living in his his new place by that point, right? Because it's like it was like almost like 6 months to almost a year later. But they used some extra footage from the first time they filmed. So it was funny because in the Where Are They Now episode, they got him trimming my hedges in front of my house, and then him and his girlfriend sit down to talk outside their house. It's a totally different house, and nobody ever caught on. Like it was like two totally different houses.
At least you got some yard work out of it.
Yeah. Well, that was like when he was staying with me, like, you know, he was working, but like, you know, especially when he was like got the word he was going to be in the show, he like kind of like was dwindling his hours back so that the job can get somebody in to take his spot. So the less and less he worked, the more he was like doing stuff around the house because he felt like he had to do something, right? He was like, I got you let me stay here. I got to, you know. So he did a lot of that yard work and stuff for me.
Nice guy.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the fuck this is. Voyage.
Hey.
This is your shit, dude. Let's take a
Hell
look.
yeah.
Pitch
Hell
time.
I
yeah.
bought this on
I hope
Fragaboom
you
the other
guys
day. It looks really
dig
good.
it. Thank you.
Right.
I hope you guys dig it. This is
What's
so
going
like
on? We're in an elevator. Give me the pitch.
so Voyage is about it's about the hero's journey, focusing on this extraterrestrial named Sondaron, who is exiled out of a star system, and he's quested to find this ancient artifact that is broken and spread throughout the whole cosmos. And rumor is that if pieces are all found and united once more, the god from the heavens will come down and bring the dystopian society of what the current state of the universe of what it is now, and restore back to its peaceful environment. So, the cool thing is that Sondaron doesn't want to do it. He's forced upon this journey. So, think of Indiana Jones in space, where you get all your cool elements that you loved growing up, like Mass Effect, Zen Intergalactic Ninja, Voyages, which just recently printed out. A little bit of Cyberfrog, a lot of that inspirational stuff that you loved reading in comics growing up. I added some of those elements into this series through the years.
Yeah, you've been working on this a while, man.
Mm-hmm. The first issue focuses on him going to the first planet outside of his exile. So he's just like trying to chill, get some food and whatnot. But a lot of obstacles just hit him all at once because the species that he is, he's a Cometan. There's a lot of xenophobia because his species is directly linked to the old religion that's tied into the artifact that's broken. So there's a lot of lore and history, but the book is 48 pages. It's got two stories. The first story is 32 pages, where half of that you get the reader can get the feel of who this character is and enjoy him, and then it hits off with an awesome bang throughout the other half. And then the bonus story is like a smash and grab type of thing where him and a bunch of bounty hunters are after the same artifact. Why is it that they're after the same item? Who hired them both? We don't know. You'll find out in the bonus story, but it's really cool. All the art is done by me. The first story is inked by another student from the Cubert School because I'm a Cubert School graduate. So a lot of the people that are working on this book are just buddies of mine that I graduated with.
That is a wicked sword, my brother.
Thank you. Hey.
Wait, who did you say drew it? You said you drew it?
I did all the interior stuff. Like I even did some covers and whatnot, but the majority of this book is done by me.
Nice.
With an inker, you said that was a
For the first story.
Was a classmate at the school. School with you.
Yeah, so like he inked the first story, I inked the backup story.
Now, are you still friends with him, or have him do stuff for you, or is there a reason you changed up, or what?
It's really just more of like how I envision the story. So if I feel like it needs a certain style, I'll pick somebody else. It has nothing to do with like whether I like or dislike somebody. It's just more of like what is appropriate for the storytelling. Yeah, Jan Dursema. She's one of my favorite instructors.
Man. Oh, hell yes.
I even have like that not safe for work cover. I even have a prototype statue offered for anybody, and it's one of a kind basically.
Oh, dope. That sword is killer.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what's funny is that I thought that was one of the lamest fucking designs I ever came up with. When I was trying to figure that out and when I was in school, and I actually self-published my first graphic novel being in the school before I left, and I kind of broke the record for having, like, I congregated 23 students, including myself, to make an 88-page novel, and that's like the first appearance of Sondaron, and I broke the record for that, and Adam Kubert even did a Sondaron drawing while I was there. That's in the book as well.
Nice.
Okay, that's straight money right there.
Yeah, I'm out. Actually, the Adam Kubert, I'm giving it as a third stretch goal. It will be a fully colored print offered to everybody once that goal is hit for physical tiers.
You see Rambo, Matt, right
I
there.
do see Rambo right there. That's a pretty good
Hey,
Rambo.
hey, Matty, you see this guy here?
First kill, baby. Who's that? The buckler underneath?
So
Zach's book, man.
you got the Phantom from the Golden Age. You have this chick named Slan from Berserk, and then you have Cabal.
Crisp, tight work.
Yeah. It's killer shit, dude. So that's
Thank
dope,
you.
man. Oh, you got an art contest.
I do. The deadline is basically when the campaign is over.
Oh, it's Aleister Crowley. Do you see that?
Hey,
shit?
oh
I
my
do see that.
dude! You were the first person I ever came across to call that shit out. I love you for that.
Oh, for real? Yeah, okay. I probably seem
No,
like a
'cause-
Satanist then if I know that shit.
No, dude. I was knee deep in reading a lot about Aleister Crowley and a lot of his works and whatnot. And
So you
I
know
was
about
inspired-
Lamb, and then he's in the temple, and he talked to that entity that basically looks like the modern day equivalent of the gray alien, right?
Yeah, dude. There was
Okay.
even a point where he didn't think what he was doing was right, or not right, but he didn't think it was legit. He thought it was just a bunch of makeup shit. And then his wife or girlfriend at the time, she had a dream, apparently, and whatever, the god of Egypt told her something.
Toth or whatever.
Yeah,
I think they call it, right?
and told him about it the next day or something like that. He thought she was just fucking with him. Then he took her to him and her they went to Egypt, and he's point out who spoke to you in the dream, and she pointed directly to the god, and he was shitting bricks. So they were talking about it, dude. It's crazy. I think the Illuminati kicked him out because he was advancing very quickly. He wasn't even amongst the ranks of them at the time. He was just
Led Zeppelin bought his mansion, Dark Gift, to record their album and live in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're hip to that shit or no, but I wanted to tie it to rock and roll for you a little bit,
Yeah, yeah. No, I knew that. Yeah.
I think that building's demolished now. It's gone.
He's like,
But
I knew that.
But yeah, dude, I absolutely appreciate the fact that you know that. I really do. That's really sick.
Ethan, we got a Nick, we got a Ken. Hey, you got Vaughn on there.
Yay.
Oh yeah, it's Vaughn.
He's a good editor.
It's fun.
Honestly, Vaughn, when I first met him and stuff, he said he was doing some editing work and here and there, but I was like, all right, we want to be the editor for this book, and I gave him kind of a test run, but dude, he gave me paragraphs after paragraphs full of notes on all my pages, and I was like, damn, this is legit,
When do you bring in the editor? Would you bring in the editor during your story writing?
I get
during
I get all the
outlining
writing
and stuff.
I get all the writing done, and then I'll pass it off to an editor, because if the editor can find out certain things at the end, it's not that hard for me to tweak it going back.
Yeah.
There was somebody in the Kubert school when I was having a hard time trying to figure out where to start the story for Sonderon when I was making the first book. He was like, dude, Zach, no one cares about your character. No one cares about your story. If you're going to introduce your character and show him off to the world, show him at his coolest moment. That's the point in the story that you want to tell. Don't worry about the beginning shit. That will flesh itself out later. Start at a certain point where he's doing cool stuff, and then that's what people's impression of him will be. And when they'll give you their opinion of him, that's when you start going back.
That's good advice.
Yeah, buddy.
It definitely helped me out.
Let's watch this shit.
Yeah.
What? The best. I like that shit. I like that spittle. Yeah, that's a dope sword, man, for sure. Holy shit.
Ooh.
That was kind of wild. That was like an acid trip there for a second. Oh.
The Amazing
Hey.
Fantasy 15 homage.
That's Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance
Yeah.
of Spider-Man, for those who don't know that information.
That cover sold out really quick. That was the one variant that people grabbed when I launched 3 years ago for the solo issue of it was like a one-shot comic, and people wanted that variant, so they bought that one up fast. I hope you guys like it though.
It looks good so far.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I hope it goes. Is this your first?
This is this is my fourth campaign. The first one funded 3 years ago when I got out. And then I launched 2 other campaigns for the issue 1. They failed. So this is my third try. So I'm really trying.
Same IP or different IP?
Same IP. I'm really trying to push this one out. So hopefully third time's the charm. I'm really pulling all the stops on this one. So I hope it works.
Wait, you said when you got out?
Oh, when I got out, I launched Voyage the Call.
Wait, got out of...
It's not 60 days in, Dark Gift. It's something different.
I was like, it sounded like he was getting out of print. Like, when I got out.
When I graduated at the height of COVID. So I launched, I crowdfunded Voyage of the Call, which was a one-shot comic of it. And then the following year, I launched an anthology book of Sonderon. That failed. And then I launched issue 1 4 months ago, and that failed. So this is my third try. So I'm really, like I said, I'm hauling ass on this.
Gotcha.
I don't see where this would fail at all.
Yeah, some people said that.
It's eyes. It's all about eyes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm rooting for you, brother.
Fuck ton of people. Come on, whoever. 41 people watching. Let's get 3 people. Let's get at least 3 new backers.
Yeah.
That's doable, right, Dark?
Should be.
You would think.
Right.
Don't y'all be lazy.
No hard sell. Yeah, I used to work at this skate shop in Manhattan, and we also sold snowboards and rented rollerblades and shit. And a lot of, or not a lot, but like some of your check would be like commissions on sales. And I was just like the worst salesperson, man. Just like the fucking, like I would be sitting there reading a magazine and just be like, "Hey man, if you need anything, yeah, I'll be over here." Because they had like this long counter, you know what I mean? They're like, no, you're supposed to like go over there and like schmooze the person and like don't take no for an answer and like don't ask them yes or no. Like they brought in people to like show us how to like sell better and shit, and it just didn't stick. I mean, I just don't want to be like, hey, if you want it, you'll ask for it. If you don't, you won't.
Right. If you're at a skate shop, you know what the fuck you're there for is to get a skateboard. Like you don't need like assistance. You like people who go to skate shops are like, what are these things with the weird rubber on the bottom and metal? Like all these wood things with the art. What is it? Like, no, people know what the fuck a skateboard is. It's a skate shop. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Right. The only time, like, really, unless it's an absolute newbie, it's like same thing. Like me, I go into a guitar shop. If I'm going into a guitar shop, I know what I'm going in there for. I need strings. I need a new nut. I need a new bridge. I need, you know what I mean? Tuning knobs, whatever. But like, if there's like a new product out that like is brandy spanking new and I'm not familiar with it, I might go to the guy and be like, yo, what's up with these new pickups? What's the difference between those and like this model? Like, why should I pay the extra $40 for this? I mean, is it just the name, or is it like, are these actually
That's
better?
it, so man.
That's perfect. You're nailing it right there. It's like, look, like, hey, I know that you know guitars. I know what you're here for because it's a music store. I'm going to leave you alone. If you need me, I'm right here. Oh, you have a question about some new equipment. I will then answer you.
Right.
Other than that, I'm going to leave you the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, how's your day? Are you sure those are the key, the strings you're getting? Hey, did you hear about this new brand of string? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like the upsale shit. Like that.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah.
Did you know you already had that guitar in your cart? No.
Don't get me wrong. There might be something that's new that I don't know, but it's like if somebody tries to say something to me like that, like, listen, I've been using the same strings for 30 years. I'm probably not going to switch, but you know what? You got literature on those new strings that you were just mentioning? Give it to me. I'll read about them, or I'll look them up. Like, what are the names? Write the name down for me. I'll look it up when I get home,
Are strings something that you do like free samples of? Like, yeah, here's a free sample of some strings. Is that
No.
Have you heard of Dingus and Son strings? They're right out of China. Great new
No, but
company.
what they'll tend to do is
that's Chinggis, not.
Oh, Chinggis. Sorry, my bad.
what they'll tend to do is if they're trying to sell like a new brand of string or something like that, they'll have a guitar in the shop that's like strung up with those strings, so that you can go like test them out and stuff.
Out of Atlanta.
Chinggis? Is that a real band?
It could be.
It was like fourth grade racist humor. That's all.
Yeah, I said it's Dingus and Son's guitar strings out of China. You know how they make up brands for Chinese ripoff companies?
Yeah,
and
well,
Matt Fowler comes in and he says, "No, it's Chinggis and Son."
It's one son, not sons. It's like one son.
Right. I want to have one son. Can have no more.
Chinggis and Son.
Government only allowed one.
Thrown away.
No doubter. No doubter.
You'll spend money in here. We play guitar for you a long time.
Hey, I heard that somebody was telling me that panda bears aren't real.
Yeah,
now,
dude.
have you?
Yeah, Owen Benjamin was telling you that. I'm sure. Isn't that what that
shit was melting my brain, dude? I was like, whoa.
It's a total psyop, man. Space isn't real.
I mean, I kind of like Googled like, hey, like Chinese folk art, panda bears.
Aren't they like the mountain gorilla and were discovered till like way later?
Well, with my digging.
You got them chips, buddy?
Yeah, you need to go a little bit closer to the mic.
Sorry. I thought
we got an
ASMR.
ASMR. I sound like a hungry.
It's a new
brother.
It's a new
the loudest bag in the world.
Child-proof potato chips.
Yeah, right.
No, it's
you're next door if the kids are getting into them.
Please tell me it's astronaut ice cream.
I thought it was no, I thought it was muted. No, the tapestry company I use has a new version, like a new material that you can use. It's like a flock, like you know how like EVS's blacklight posters are flock. They have that like velvet feel to them, that like the old school 70s blacklight posters. Well, this is supposed to like mimic that, but still in tapestry form. So I ordered one of the ones I usually order, a satin one, and one of the quote unquote flocked ones. So this way I could see if I like them, if I want to switch to using that on future campaigns.
Does it unwrinkle as well as the other shit? I think
that's good. That's one of the things I have to put it through. That's going to take a minute, to find out, but it's stiffer.
Like hanging them, like, hey, as long as you hang them, they
yeah.
Like a good steaming, right? Could you take an iron to them and?
No, not the satin ones. You don't want to take an iron to those. No, I don't know about these. I have to look into these.
What if you laid the thing down, then put a towel over it, and then
that you could probably get away with, but I would just get close to it and just hit the steam button.
And copy.
You know what I mean?
Or if just hang it up wrinkled and blow weed smoke at it for a month and see what happens.
Yeah,
I just put new ones up. I'm sorry, somebody said they were leaving.
Yeah, the unimportant guy over here in the top
right. Oh, see you, Don.
See you later, Don.
Y'all tune in.
Peace
Bancroft,
out, bro.
9 p.m. Launch party. Omega Mission. God's Eye.
Tonight?
No, Wednesday,
Wednesday. Nice.
October
See you
25th.
Wednesday.
All right,
Good luck
man.
with your launch, man.
I appreciate it. I expect to see some of y'all in the chat now.
Hell yeah.
Open
Yeah,
them wallets, get them dollars.
Do you got an email list we can show before you leave? Put up or whatever? Sign up list, or are you just launching cold or what?
I'm launching cold.
Okay. Well, have a good one. See you at the launch, man.
All right, man. You guys take it easy. Zach, it was good meeting you.
You too, bro. Follow me on Twitter. I'll follow back.
I'm already following you, punk.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, man.
Hold on,
Actually, I
what's
did
your
it this
The
morning.
room.
I did it
The
this
room.
morning.
This fucking
What's your title?
hairy
What's your,
foreskin docking.
Yeah.
The Don Draw stuff.
Don
How have you
Draws.
not heard of me? Oh my god. Anyway, I love you guys. Y'all take it easy now.
Good luck, man.
Peace out, bro.
Peace out.
Yeah. So,
Nice
yeah,
guy.
as of right now, I may just stick with the satin ones, but I got to see how the colors pop off of them, you know, and if they unwrinkle naturally and stuff. But we'll see. I did the Dillard crossover print that if you backed both campaigns, you got the print. I use that as my. So these are like one of a kind. No one will ever have one of these.
Righteous.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll hang them up, put the black lights on later, and check them out.
Is that James Dean's art on that, or who drew that one?
This is John Dillard. Dillard.
Oh, okay, Dillard drew that one.
Yeah, if you did if he did a crossover, so it has Lightbringer and Elizabeth and the Golem from Pariah. So if you back both campaigns, you get this print. Well, it's like it's going to be a postcard size print, like a 5.5 by 8.5 print.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that image, I enhanced it for blacklight and ordered a satin version and a flocked version to test out. And what I might do is, since I have two now, I might just order two more. And I'll send Dillard one, I'll send Liz one, and I'll send Doc one, and we can all have one, just like a one of a kind print that
you get one.
Right.
Yeah, that no one else has, So, since Dillard did the art, Liz, is the IP owner of Lightbringer, and Doc, the IP owner of Pariah. So, but we'll see. Yeah, but I thought it was cool that I like that they're experimenting with different materials. So even if I don't necessarily wind up liking the newer one, it's just cool that they're expanding their portfolio of material to use.
Blood and Mud's almost done or about ready to be finished, isn't it?
Yeah, I got the Luke Stone variant already arrived.
Oh, nice.
And the Doc cover A, the Doc Blaylock cover, and the Jim O'Reilly cover B, I think it's coming. It will be here tomorrow.
So you're gearing up for fulfillment in the next couple of weeks. Then.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like fun.
I just got to send. I just got to jump on Amazon and send Doc some shipping boxes for the mugs, because the mugs he's going to ship because the woman who did them for us is his neighbor. So it's like, rather than risk him sending the box bulk package to me and then I send and then sending them out in the mail individually, number one, that's just extra money. And number two, it's just more risk. That's more traveling these mugs have to do in the mail, so might as well just send him some cartons, and then I'll print out the labels and just mail them to him, in an envelope, and then he can stick them on the boxes and ship them out. So.
And then what's next? Lightbringer 2?
Lightbringer 2 and Hunting Alice are probably going to fulfill at the same time.
Okay, cool.
So,
and Dean is drawing part of Lightbringer 2 then, right?
He's doing all the pencils. I'm doing the inks. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
where I got Dean from when I asked if that was his poster. I thought that might be the cover for book 2 or something.
No, his cover is the poster that's behind me. But I don't have the light on there.
So yeah, with the face, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's his cover. So, what you call it? That's sick in the black light, man. That came out fucking sick. And
Dean's
then
dope. I'm looking forward to the Embrace 2, the
dude,
follow
his
up.
art just gets better and better with everything he does. Like,
people hate drawing hands, and then what is the character the Embrace? It creates a character with like 9,000 hands. It's fucking
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. Like fan art is like, people are like, oh man, I want to do fan art of the Embrace, but how many hands do I have to draw?
Yep.
But yeah, like and you know, until you know some new artwork from the Embrace 2 gets revealed, I'm not just saying this, I'm not biased. I think that cover behind me, and the splash image of the reveal of that character in the book are two of Dean's best works so far.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that there's not something better that he's got sitting on his
I'm
desk.
biased. He did a fan art Tiger Blue piece for me that's fully colored with all the marker and everything. So I'm kind of like, that's my favorite Dean piece.
That's what he did with this cover. And the person who bought that cover is getting that piece.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, but they're claw-like hands, so they're not too hard. Isn't this coming from the guy who had to make a magnet, like a meme magnet out of one of his hand drawings?
Who, Bancroft?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love that thing. It's on my fridge right now. So,
oh, Bancroft's in the chat. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, Bancroft?
He had like it was like a handful of carrots.
No, well, yeah, he just
ginger root. It looked like a ginger root.
Yeah, he just drew a jacked up hand, and people like made fun of him, and he leaned into it and made a magnet out of it.
Yeah, that's how CG does. When you're getting your balls broke and roasted, you don't throw a fit and start researching like gun self-defense laws. You like,
oh my god,
roll into your roast, you know,
right?
And then you get cool magnets, and then metal pins, and then you know it's a thing.
Right,
so.
right.
You don't blame the Yakuza. Okay, is fucking is the Kings going on
after the Phillies game?
That bit, like I watch the Kings and whatnot. It's hard to keep up because there's everybody streams at all times of the day and whatnot. But that'd be so cool, to fucking jump on that show. That'd be like, those guys are funny as hell.
Philadelphia Phillies.
They're pretty funny together. You gotta have, you gotta work for the big two there to be on there.
All right, game's over. Phillies lost.
Now you're a Cooper. Do you mind if I ask? You're a Cooper School graduate. What's the deal? Have you ever applied at the big two, or like done the like whole?
I have.
Get into the industry.
I have. So when I graduated, before that happened, we had like a bunch of interviews and portfolio stuff lined up, but when COVID happened, it eliminated more than half of our interviews. So the people that didn't interview us ended up losing their jobs as editors due to COVID. So when we followed up, we never really got a response because the emails were just dead. And
now, have you talked to the school about this? Because this had to probably happen to like your whole class then, right?
Yeah, we did. But the problem was we were graduates. So what was done was done. It was kind of like, well, we're
like they can't re-hook you up with new editors since the pandemic or something. Like
it's like, well, we washed our hands. So I have a love-hate relationship with the school. You know, trust me when I say, like,
if I'm getting nosy, like just stop.
No.
It's
all good. I am public with it. So the school is under new management. During my run, my graduating year, we kept getting fucked every year. There was always something going on. Like we lost Andy.
In a bad way.
Yeah, like so. Definitely in a bad way. So like when I entered, this is my graduating class, my year. So we lost Andy Kubert, moved over to California for DC. I think he was like the head of DC and running over some projects. So we lost him to teach us second year narrative. Then we were supposed to get Adam Kubert for third year narrative, but he left because the Kubert School building got signed over to a guy named Anthony Marquez, who used to be the editor-in-chief over at Dynamite. and he was a student there at one point, and he's trying to bring the Cuba School back to what it used to be. Because when I was there, I could definitely see a decline in the education department of it. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but it is, it is what it is. That is, that was going on. So when we got out of the Cuba School, Anthony Marquez was still implementing a lot of new things and trying to change it up. So when our year left, it was kind of like washing their hands clean and trying to start over, see what they can do better for next year. So, we got shafted. But it's not Anthony's fault. It's not nobody's fault. It's COVID. It really screwed everything up for everybody.
And there's no like way you can apply with just like mentioning your credentials or anything. Like your whole education is just lost because of that.
So here's all right. So I'm about to throw. I'm about to give some hurtful truth. During the past like 15 years, anybody who's anybody was going to the Cuba School. They were accepting everybody. So whether you sucked or you were good or professional level ready, like it didn't matter. So the reputation of the Cuba School started downgrading really bad because they would never change up their assignments. So let's say somebody like let's say Jim Lee, for example, right? He's boothing at a table. I can only imagine how many Cuba School students went up to him to show him the classic Batman versus Predator page assignment that we have for second year. They they never changed it. So a lot of these people who just didn't continue their careers after they graduated, they would just spread their name around, and then they would never do follow-ups, or something negative would happen. It's just like it would hurt their reputation of the school over time. So the reputation's hurt, and Anthony Marquez is trying to restore that. And so when I go ahead and I apply for certain positions, I try, I'll throw the fact that I'm a Cuba School graduate, but I like to go ahead and let my work speak for itself. I do know that there are some people who do hate the Cuba School, even though they, like, for example, cartoonist Kayfabe. I do. He used to go to the Cuba School. He was a student at one point, but he didn't like the way it was run and the way the dorms were, and he hates the school. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So when I got out, I was, I even recently I was trying to get on to go on one of his shows just to do a promoting the campaign kind of thing. Yeah, I told him I was a Cuba School grad. I'm a huge fan of Red Room, because I thought that was really cool. And he's seen the message but never got back to me. Now he could be very busy, but
they're probably swamped with people. That's a very active channel, a very popular, lot of fan engagement. I would. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't take not being responded to personally from a channel that big.
I really don't, because I do understand the more and more I get older.
Like, don't y'all have like a kayfabe, like a fucking Cubert School graduate forum or message board where y'all can hang and like share opportunities, or
not like what do you call it, the talent search department is like, it's a joke. And I'm just gonna say that, like, that's something that they really need to like improve. Like the way they look for their jobs is stuff on Craigslist.
Like what I'm getting at is, like, is there a way to get your classmates to spread word about your comic? You know what I'm saying? Like you're a graduate, you're a fellow alumni with these other motherfuckers, like, and they're all doing comics, and I'm sure making their own networks, and you're making your network. Like, is there some like way you guys can like hook up as former classmates or whatever to share stuff like that? Like, yo, my book, I need funding, I'm going. Like, oh, cool, I know people who like this shit. Let me tweet it out or email out my backer list to or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do the best we can. Like, I'm actually one of the most active out of my my year, where like if I see any kind of opportunity to help one of my friends out, like from the school, because like the Cuba School, like, and everybody that's involved with it, even people that I haven't met, it's like my family, man. Like I like those were my best years of my life, before my daughter got born. And like I made some, like, those people that I hung with and drew with are very close to me. So like Bobby Crucifix that I stream a lot with. We came, we were used to party and whatnot, like shoot the shit. So, if I find any opportunity where I get something, I'm gonna try and help them out along the way as well, because, success is it's all about, like you cannot be successful on your own. That's how I see it. Like you got to bring people up with you, and that's the problem with the comic book industry is that I notice in crowdfunding, and sometimes even in the mainstream, but more so in the crowdfunding, a lot of these guys just kind of keep a lot of their insider secrets to themselves, and they don't share it out. Whenever I get the little bit of something that I just learned, I'll immediately like throw that out on like you said, the forum, and let everybody know so they can implement it. Like for example, like social media following. I figured out like a technique on Instagram, right, to gain a lot of followers, legit followers, and try to be active with it. And I spread that out like wildfire, and it's worked for them too. So
that's the exact type of support and networking like I'm referring to. So that
sounds like the Kubert School kind of started going down the path of like the Art Institute.
I mean, all of these colleges are, even SVA. I went to SVA, and I took an entry interview. I brought my portfolio. I was the fucking shit at my high school, and I thought I was gonna. I came in there, showed them, and they're like, "Wow, this is awesome! Yeah, great." And I was like, "Cool." And then I like show up fucking first year, and I'm like realizing that they just let anybody who had tuition money.
Yeah,
they didn't give a fuck. Like, but so at first I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But then once you get like second year, it kind of weans out. Then third year, you start getting like more serious classes. Like I had like Joe Orlando and fucking Gene Colan in my third year. So like the fucking weirdos and the people who wanted to bring in Dragon Ball Z drawings and argue, like they've started to like fucking peel off. Instead of a class being 15 guys, it's now 5. And then fourth year classes, I had Klaus Janson, and I had a couple other people.
Awesome.
And this is, dude, there was no computers. Nobody had a fucking nobody had email. Like there was like maybe 2 computers like in SVA for like art, and like you just didn't do that. Everybody was just like drawing, so
yeah.
But like when I left, it was like a really rude awakening. I didn't think about indie comic books. The only thing I was thinking about was DC and Marvel. That was all I really was like trying to like get into. And dude, like it's fucking impossible. I mean, not impossible, but like to be right out of college in an industry where like these dudes, well, they're not going to hire anybody who's not reliable as a commercial artist. And like now as a commercial artist, I don't want to be, I'm not bragging, but it's like, I have like 20 plus years as a commercial artist. Like I've like fed families. I've like sent kids to college and shit with my drawings, but like I've only done like 1 or 2 comic books. Right. But it's like, it's just so fucking hard to get into comic books. And like, it's because the number of positions that there are, you have to get somebody reliable. And I totally understand it. Like if I'm doing like a fucking crazy project, like, am I going to hire somebody that fucking right out of college, or am I going to hire that dude who I've been working with for fucking 15 years? Like, it's just like, cause I know the guy who I've been working with, not like my fucking buddy. I'm talking about like real work contacts. Like I only call him when there's work. That's what he does. And he's reliable. You know what I mean? Like so it's, you have to like slowly like prove you're reliable. So it's like a long thing. And I know people laugh at it, but dude, there's more Navy SEALs operating right now than there are big 2 full-time artists.
Right.
There's more SEALs. It's like almost 3,000.
It's more elite, is what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Dude. Okay, maybe let's I don't want to be all stolen valor, so let's just say NBA. There's more players in the NBA than people like drawing for Marvel and DC full time.
Right.
So like that fucking
small
pool,
it's a very small pool.
It's not even. It's a fucking puddle. It
That
is
everyone
a puddle
wants to
that's
swim in.
evaporating. Yeah, and that puddle's evaporating with like Ghost Machine and fucking people saying, Kickstarter and crowdfunding. So
Well, what's crazy is that
they're gone. Those big two are gone, dude. You're
yeah.
never gonna work for them, dude. They're fucking they're shit. They're shit out of luck. Fuck them.
Well, the Cupid School started declining after Joe Kubert passed away, because Adam and Andy lost their father, who was a legend, and I could understand that. And things just kind of got, went down a slippery slope as time went on. They just kind of like carried it. And I love Adam and Andy, I really do.
Did they ever fuck any of their students?
No. They were very professional.
Good. Just curious.
No, they absolutely they are role models, and it's just
Then I guess my follow-up question would be like, if you can't get into the big two for your job, your day job, because and this is based on when you look at page rates or whatever, right? They say there's the DC pays the most, then Marvel, then like IDW and on down the line or whatever, right? But so you get out of comic book school and want to work in the highest paying jobs, right? But you're saying comic book college doesn't end up in qualifying you for jobs in comic books. So why go to comic book college?
I do this because I love it. When that expression, it really rings true, where you're in it because there's no money to be made. There's you're having a breakdown once in a blue moon because of the deadlines that you force upon yourself for your own pages. You do it because you love it. Like, I'll tell you right now, I got so inspired to draw comics in 5th grade because that was the first time I picked up my first comic book, and I read that like 20 times over. And I knew right then and there, I was like, dude, I want to do this for a living. Now I want to push
that first, realizing that the industry is so fucking tightly woven and like the gates are so hard, like that's like your big fucking adulthood fucking bombshell. You know,
yeah.
like
that
that's what, like I think about Fowler, like I'm like, yeah, man, I thought about that. Like as soon as I realized just how fucking insane it was to get in, like that was a hard pill to swallow. That was well, fuck. And dude, and in that like couple of weeks, in that couple of moments, I was working at the Russian tea room in the kitchens, and I was like really like, well, fuck, maybe I'll just fucking like cook. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'll just be a chef because this is like I'm here and this is fun and I'm being creative. You know what I mean? And I mean, but like the
chef or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a garde manger. But like the level of like my artistic ability, like the level that I had like gotten to, it couldn't get me into the mainstream comic books, but it definitely like was like good enough for a lot of other industries. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Like it was just like, oh, can you do storyboards? I'm like, fuck yeah. Hey, could you do sailboats for screen printing designs? Absolutely. I mean, it was just like, because that was how you were taught, like, just be able to draw a telephone, be able to draw a car. Like, don't just draw capes and shit. Like, be able to draw like anything, like really good, And so that just kind of like translated into a decent career,
Oh yeah. But like when I found out, it did sting a little bit, not trying to get into the big two. But I also got excited because then I hear stories like how Scud was created, where Rob Schrab was like wanted to get into animation, he know how to do it. And his buddy was like, yeah, just just make a comic book, who cares? Like, and all the stuff that people said that was just absolute fucking genius work that Rob Schrab was doing for Scud. That was just him, like, not knowing what the hell he was doing. He was just throwing everything sticks at the wall, just trying to figure out where, like, what would work. And, just hearing that kind of stuff, that is genius. Like, that gives me hope because there is stuff like that that does trickle through the cracks.
Yeah.
And that's
a lot of my interactions with the comic book industry, like, you would do, hey, let me do a t-shirt design for a college. Oh, boom. It's like fucking, it's a lot of money. Then it's like, hey, let me do twice as much work on a comic book page. And the industry would be like, yeah, I'll give you a peanut. You know what I mean? Like it was just insane. Every time I interacted with the comic book industry, it felt like I was dealing with carnies. You know, like lots of like, okay, I'll do this, and on the back end, you'll get paid like more for these pages, and I'm just gonna. It was just like, man, I don't want to fucking hear that shit until Zach
you ever
was
hang
just
out
like,
with carnies?
This is. Say what?
You ever hang out with carnies? Not to change the topic, I just totally
no, not really.
Too. There used to be this one carnival that used to come around here, and for like 3 years in a row, they were like the same group of I'll say kids because we were all kids, but we're like I was like 19, 20, 21. They were about the same age, a little bit older, and every time they came, we would party and like it's an interesting type of person that winds up working for the carnies.
Shit. Nothing against actual carnies, I'm just like tapping into that stereotype of like.
I feel like they'd be a
shady
cool
ass
crowd to hang out
gypsies.
with.
Yeah, no, they were cool, but they were crazy. I mean, the stereotype is legit. What's it called? I mean, the two of the chicks were hot as fuck, and me and my one buddy would hook up with them every time they'd show up. They were like instant summer hookup. You know what I mean? So.
There was you and your friend in every stop on that carnival tour.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, totally. You know what I mean?
Wrap it up.
They would come. They would be by us for like a month. So like once they left here, and their next stop, there was another DG and friends. I'm sure,
And friends.
That shit happens like crazy at a Juggalo festival.
Sick. Well, let's save that Juggalo for the next Monday. We're gonna wrap it up. So let's everybody go through. You guys know who I am. I'm at Bar. Cider. Start with you, buddy.
I'm Cider Hype. Any platform you want to search that on, that's most likely me. You find me on the Dank stream. I cause trouble with John Della Rose over there, and I bitch about Power Rangers on my channel.
Do you think Power Rangers could handle alien infestation? Like if there was a xenomorph outbreak, do you think they'd be able to do it, or would they just start kicking them and then like, oh my god, our feet are fucking melting?
Well, it honestly depends on the writer. In the way that the universe works, yeah, they'd find a way to do it. There's a specific team that is like the most powerful like combatants ever in their canonic, story. So yeah, those guys could take it on, certainly. But if the writer wants them to melt, then yeah, they'll melt. It's really up to the writer.
I don't want them to actually melt. I would like to see them like, hey, let's fucking, and they pull out their magical shit and like some of it melts and they have to like,
or like half a face mask get melted off, so you can kind of
something where they have to like regroup, like retreat and shit. Like we've never experienced anything like this. We need to form a giant something else.
That sword strike acid at us or whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, they find a way. The Zeo team is like the most powerful team in their setting because their powers like cycle up in energy. So the humans that use those specific Power Ranger morphers, for instance, they're at a point. Those morphers are at a point where if you use them, you will die. You will not depower down. You will simply die. There's too much energy stored up inside of those morphers. So these Power Rangers are the most powerful in their setting. So yeah, those guys could take on the xenomorph infestation probably very easily, but it would be the last thing they ever did.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Like some suicide shit.
Yeah. And that was why the Zeo powers went away. That's how they explained it in the show of like moving on to a different power set because the footage had to go, So they were just like, wow, these Power Ranger powers have become so powerful, you will die if you use them again.
That's dope, dude. Awesome. See, we should talk some more about Power Rangers. I think that shit's kind of weird.
I just gave you a follow, Cider Strider. I like
What's up, Mr. Fowler?
Yeah, I'm Matty Fowl, fucking Matt Fowler, whatever. You can find me probably hanging out on Finatra's Stank stream in the chat every Sunday. I got Tiger Blue 3 currently on Indiegogo, and check out retrographicbooks.com for everything else I'm doing or to back or buy any of my previous comic books. Dixie Rose, Psycho 66, Tiger Blue 1 and 2, and I'm probably forgetting something, but yeah, check us out at retrographicbooks.com.
Goddamn warlord. What's up, Dark Gift? Prince of Comicsgate?
We've got like we talked about earlier, Pariah Blood and Mud is getting ready to fulfill. So we have the sign up for Doc Blaylock's A Damn Dirty Thing, a Pariah story. It's a secondary story that takes place at the same time, concurrently with book 1, and they both lead to book 2 because the main character, Detective Jake Bishop, is going to feature prominently in book 2. So you get a little introduction to him before going into that book. So sign up for that. I don't have a link, but if I don't have a wrench, so if you go to darkgiftcomics.com, you can find the sign up link there, and check that out. We also have Lightbringer 2 still in demand on Indiegogo. We're shadow banned, so again, go to darkgiftcomics.com and you can go back that over there. Get the incredible artwork of Dean James on that project. So,
Fucking hey, excellent, Mr. Zach.
My name is Zachary. You can follow me on Twitter and Insta, Zachary's Art. I'm a lovable, gullible man. And, I definitely have a campaign voice live on Indiegogo right now. So don't be afraid or ashamed to back it. And if you do, I will send a lot of stuff your way. Even though if you get a regular tier or whatnot, I will send some extra stuff with it. So I like to give as much as I can.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Go head over to Combo Kings. Be brave, be honest, and be fair. Hail Comicsgate.
Hail.
Shigama.
Peace. Shugga yugga yugga.